What you thinking, man?
I've been in the polyamory lifestyle. I can't even say lifestyle because it's not a lifestyle. It's a way of loving, not a way of living. I've been polyamorous for about 10 years now.
Okay.
And the mindset for me is mentally, I think I've been polyamorous longer than actually practicing it because I've always felt that this like monogamy just doesn't fit for me. Like, I don't understand why I have to only love one person or why I can only show affection for one person. Where is this written? Why do I have to go along with what the societal standard supposedly is?
Right.
And then the problem comes when you love somebody too much. When you let yourself love somebody too much,
and they don't love you the same.
It's not even matter whether they love you back or not. They can love you back, but it's still unhealthy to love somebody that much. Which I understand that ideology of that. Well, I can't have. I might as well. I've been there. I know that. But at the same time, you have to realize, what your culpability is in a relationship going, however it went. You start thinking about, well, damn, I did this. So, you can love somebody too much. And then, see, this complicates things for us men because we already have a hard time forming those emotional attachments. You already told don't do that.
The missing link to that goes back to a time before we were even thought. Why doesn't my father? Is that a protection for me?
Right.
Or is that the way he was raised? Or maybe somebody hugged him one day, a man hugged him. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm just saying we got
No, but there are things that could have happened that absolutely that caused him to be the way he is.
Made him feel weird, needed.
Right.
So the things that we think are sometimes a rejection or a lack may have been a protection.
And most of the time they are like absolutely. But if we don't understand that, all we know is the rejection.
You see, like what I understand with my father,
men were going to jail, killing each other, and then now we got bisexual, then we got gays, now we got transgender. So with all of that going on, the purpose of that was removing the black man, the black male from the household. Okay? So with him not being in the household, she's getting the welfare, or she's out there in the workforce, forced to take care of herself, and if she have children, to take care of the children alone. Whether he's in jail, whether he's dead, whether he's bisexual, whether he's gay, whatever. The black male was removed from the home, and black woman was forced to provide for the children, for herself.
You're missing one other thing that removes the black male from the home. That's white women. Because after a while, it run on black men, white women. Yeah, white women. At one point, black men, they just had to have a white woman. No matter what their social economical status was, white women was the way to go. And so that pulled a lot of black men out of the house.
Damn, I sure missed that. I mean, I know Rick James, I know, you did it. I just didn't think of that as a major absence of the black man. So
being a provider means so many things.
Right.
It means put you in a house. It means I got your back. It means we're doing this together. It means I'm not gonna walk away when things get hard. That's providing, right? I'm gonna provide emotional protection so that you can, I'll be present for you when you don't feel like you can be there for yourself or whatever, so there's so much more definition to the thing, right? And even on the flip side, looking at, the men with kids, right? I remember I did not want a man who had kids. And I was about 25 when I met my ex-husband and stuff like that.
Fellas, what's up? What it is?
What's going on with you? How's
What's
everybody
happening
doing
with
this evening?
Kirk Alert? George,
What's
what it do?
happening?
What it do? What it do?
Man,
How
just
y'all
doing the
doing?
damn thing. Hey, Mr. Kirk, how you doing this evening, sir?
Oh man, I'm living.
Yeah.
You living? That's good enough for you. Period
Yeah.
style.
I'm living, man. Living the dream, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah. I went wife pleasing this past week.
Oh, okay. Well, every now and then, we got to set something aside. So that's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's
Yeah, I
up.
bought
I
her a
know you
new.
made the most of it. You always do.
See, my woman don't have kids, so I bought her a new vehicle this weekend.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Everybody ain't able.
But she's
There you
just been
go.
such an awesome mother. She's been such an awesome stepmom who really the kids never lived with us, but she still played an amazing role.
Right.
You
Okay.
know,
Right, right.
she always she always had that sense of motherly love that regardless of what the child had did or mistake the child had made, she
Right.
always had that sensitive side that was willing to look past the child's discretion because the child's a child and gonna do childish things.
That's right. That's right.
Where where sometimes we as parents who are biological parents, we take a little bit of harder approach.
Oh, yeah.
We just ain't we ain't willing to accept if especially if it's something that's repetitive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So uh she just like if like me, you mess up enough on me, then your birthday and all that other shit that we had plans for, yeah,
It's
we
out
ain't
the
gonna
door.
do that. They getting that party. They getting them Six Flag tickets. That's just who she is, you know.
Right.
And I told her, I said sometimes, and I think it's because her not being able to have kids, it had, she just wanted to give them everything, and I understand that. And she the same way with animals, same way with our dogs,
Oh, okay.
That dog can't do no wrong, boy. You hurt that
Boy,
dog, you got problems. You can knock shit out that man, but you hurt that dog, we got problems.
it's a problem.
You know. But yeah, I went and got her a vehicle this past weekend.
That's all
So she
right.
happy. And she
See,
just
did she
had a
know you
new
were getting it?
huh?
Did she know you were getting it? That was a
No.
surprise.
She had talked about it. So I went down there to see what they was talking about. And I was able to get get what she wanted for basically a $40 difference
Oh,
That's what's
okay.
up.
in the note. So I was like, oh, I can swing that. So she happy.
Okay, cool. That's good.
Yeah.
What's been going on with you, George?
Man, went out of town past weekend to Memphis. I came back without getting shot. Went to surprise my
Okay.
15-year-old son for his birthday. So that was fly. Had some good meetings, got some exciting things coming up with my nonprofit Meta Association. Getting ready to manage a campaign there. So, a lot of things going, finna get busy, finna get to growing, get to cracking. So it's all good on my end.
That's good.
Good, good. Y'all already know I went to the NO uh, cybersecurity seminar. Very, very interesting. A lot of backdoor hacks, man, that's out there that I was aware of a few, but not as many as they were introducing, and there's more to come. So, man, you just got to be prepared, Kurt. We were still downloading like we were doing on them on them FTP sites, man.
Right, for
They got
real.
some black market stuff out there now that make that stuff look like child's play, and we was cracking
Right.
all kind of codes. So it's interesting. And it keeps my brain going, you know what I'm saying? I'm inquisitive about it. So went down there and made a whole trip out of it. It was a 2-day stay. So we turned up, checked out the city, got some ideas for when I go back. I'm gonna do more boat rides and all that stuff on the next go round. That's the plan.
Yeah.
But
You was in Chanel's hometown.
yeah, I thought she was in Dallas.
No, she's in Austin, but she's originally from New Orleans.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought about it when I was down there, but I knew she was in Texas somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. So I said we'll jump on here tonight, do our little tackles. And George, and Kirk, we need I want to do like 3 nights where we talk about the relationship stuff, and 1 night that we dedicate to whatever, whether it's mental health, men's health, things is going on in the community wise, black on black, crime, has risen, even though all the activists and everybody coming in is still out of hand. Why we hate our race so much, like Kurt had brought up. Every video you look at is niggas acting a fool. We fighting each other, grocery store. We don't care where we at. Back in the Gap, it used to be meet me in the park, or meet me here. Now you at Super One and Kroger and Walmart, just agging an ass, for no reason. And we're the only race that's doing that. So I want like either the first, probably the last the last Wednesday of the month. I want to start dedicating that to Off the Topic.
That's
you
what's
know
up.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that.
So that gives you time to prepare that week to what you're gonna do. And I may even start it off, and then you guys take the floor. If you need me to put up slides or whatever, that's my job. But yeah, that's what I want to do, because there's a lot of other things that's going on out there, but a lot of people inbox me about relationships and their personal lives and stuff, and so that's why I dedicated it solely to that. Just like tonight's topic, somebody was asking me about it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give my opinion, but I want to hear what these fellas think about it too. So a lot of the topic, it comes from people inboxing me, and I voice my opinion to them, and then I say, well, let me just take it to the panel, and be cool with that. So
awesome.
That's what we're gonna do.
One of the things I was
So
thinking about.
yeah, Kurt. So I did some serious thinking about what you were saying, and so yeah, we're gonna broaden it a little bit. Summer finna hit, and so yeah, we finna broaden it for the summer. So the last Wednesday of every month, we're gonna come with Off the Topic. We're gonna speak on it, off the topic. And we got AJ on the panel. What's that, AJ? What you got going on?
What's up with y'all? What's up with you good people?
Happy Mother's
She
Day.
calling us
Happy
good
Mother's
people,
Day.
y'all. That's AJ in the half.
It's still early.
On a good foot.
Hey, I know you. Hey, AJ, tell the truth. Tell the truth. It's Mother's Day, and you broke that abstinence, right? You gave that cookie up for Mother's Day. Oh man.
No.
She didn't let him break her back.
You didn't get that cookie broke for Mother's Day.
No, sir. What?
Wait. Y'all can start early tonight, boy.
It is not a game. It is not a game when it comes down to that, baby. It's just non-negotiable.
Wow.
All right. You have a good
So
Mother's
he
Day.
just could bring you nothing and say,
And you can bring me something. I accept all gifts. Well, I ain't gonna say all. Some. But it ain't going down like that.
So you just said
I told you I was a born again virgin. You gonna let me be that, ain't it?
Ooh.
Whatever that means.
Born again
You gonna
virgin.
let me hold to that? Ain't it?
That
I
was
ain't
a
got a
good
lot
one.
of kick it though. I ain't got a lot of kick it.
That's
What you
Why
what's
mean?
up.
y'all?
That's what's up.
Let me ask y'all this: why y'all give my friend such a hard time on being abstinent? I was abstinent for years. It's a good thing. It just means you're not willing to just tether yourself to anybody. You know, I feel like I'm old school. I feel like when you lay down with somebody, you didn't share the part of yourself with them. Everybody ain't worth all. Everybody ain't deserving all that.
But you know what? Some of us take the long route to learn that. And once
Right,
you do learn that, it ain't no going back.
Well, I stay connected to myself regardless of what I'm doing physically or mentally. So
right.
I don't lose part of myself because I engage in an activity. I don't always view a sexual activity as something that I have to be mentally connected to a person like
See,
other
I see.
people
I'm
do.
different. See, I can't do it. I can't run like that.
So in other
Everybody
words,
different though.
all you need is a whole no other connection.
No, not just a whole. I mean, I got to connect to the person, but I don't have to be in love with.
Mentally connect.
Nah,
I don't have
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have to be in love with them.
Yeah. I mean, I think I want it to be more or less. I don't know. I don't know what I want it to be, but I know I ain't found it yet.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I
I
know
don't have
I ain't found it.
I don't have to be in love with a person to be
I
attracted to
feel
them.
you on that.
Yeah.
Right. To
I
even
mean,
to be not even you don't have to be in love with them to be attracted to them. You don't have to be in love with them to even have sex with them, right?
right.
Right.
But it's
But
almost
what I'm
as if
saying, I'm not the type of person that feel like I lost a part of me because I shared myself with somebody.
I don't know, man. It's like I don't. Everybody different though. I ain't saying you got to be in
I don't
love
know
with
that
them, but
soul tie stuff be
yeah, it's
feeling
just.
real.
I mean, you can get yourself into some trouble with that. This is me personally now. Everybody to each stay on. But it's just like for me personally, it's like I don't want to lay down with somebody I ain't gonna be able to stand in a month. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put
Man,
myself in.
I
That's
ain't
just
give a
yeah. I ain't
damn
trying
about
to do
that.
all that. See, I
I
So
just
ain't
you
give
ain't
a
never
damn
had
about
no
that.
one night stands, George.
nope,
Oh, you poor thing.
nope.
Now,
Nah, I ain't
George,
missing out on nothing.
George want to be in love.
Yeah, I'm
And
corny.
see,
I'm old
I had a
fashioned.
partner like that. The guy who used to host was my co-host on here. He was like that too. He have to care about somebody to lay down with him.
Right,
And I was like, and shit in high school, I learned how to fuck with no feelings
There you
right,
go.
because them women were doing you like that. Because I learned when I would do that and I'll start catching feelings. Hell, the next Friday night they hugged up with somebody else. And so either you gonna get your heart broke and shut down and not do nothing,
Or
hmm
you gonna
or
get in where you fit
where they get
in.
in where you fit in. So I was like, oh, so that's what it is. You know, you got the
right,
Yeah.
butterflies and shit. And then that was just a night for her. I was like, damn, okay.
right,
Right,
right.
right, right.
And that
Cause
was in high
So it
school.
was like vice versa for me. I would be the one that would get the feelings or whatever, and then realize, okay, this just a sucker. This just a real fuck boy. And
Right.
so, you
cause
get
I'm gonna tell
so
you
tired
something.
of it.
I don't know. I know. I've experienced it, and I'm sure. I know D Black has experienced this. There's been times I've walked in a place and walked, and it could be 100 people in there, and you lock eyes with somebody,
That
and
one person.
you just know, and some kind of way, next thing you know, y'all right next to each other and engaging,
Products.
Yeah, that
and
Proud.
chemistry there.
Car
That
carrying
chemistry
that
there.
chemistry, that
You feel that
magnetic
heat.
chemistry is
You
so
feel like
is
you've been
so
knowing them
Married to
forever. And it's just
Who's
is
on
you
the
just
so
white
met
collar?
them. And
apparent.
it's just one
Married,
day.
married to
And then
America.
and then it ain't even no words that have to be exchanged. You just know, man.
Yeah. And
But that don't mean that's I'm somebody I'm finna marry.
Right, right,
But I'm not finna throw that moment away for fear or the possibility that I'm I'm finna do something that's gonna leave me uh messed up.
Right.
in some type of way.
I'm
Because
gonna tell you,
I'm so
George. I'm gonna tell
connected.
you a line.
I'm so in tune and so connected to me that I'm very much in control of who I'm in love with and what I got going on. Versus, I can remember a time when I didn't have that type of ability. You know what I'm saying? And then you just falling in love and you thinking you got love and you ain't got yourself shit.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So it took time to learn who I was. First of all, who I love, who I am as a person, even what I need or what I want in a relationship.
That's right.
So I had to learn those things first of all. So, uh, but the physical part of it is just if you ever watched the King of the Lions, the lion, the King of the Pride,
Right.
he controlled the whole pride. Sometimes he just fuck he connect. He just that's what he is. He a lion, and he stay being a lion. You know, and sometimes who he mate with is irrelevant. It's the fact that he do mate.
Right.
So for me, I'm just gonna always there's things I don't need now at 63 years old. I don't need to connect with somebody just physically just to be physical with them.
Right.
But back in the day, if I had an attraction to somebody and they had an attraction to me, it was nothing for me. Nothing. I didn't think twice about it.
Right.
Right.
But that's
And
just
one of
me.
my famous lines, George, I used to tell them, those one nighters, I would tell them, you know, you want me, right? And I know, you want me. I want you. You know, we want each other. So how soon is too soon? You know what I'm saying? And how late is soon enough?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's too quick. How soon is too soon? Ooh, no. How soon is too soon and how late is soon enough? Because we know right now as grown people, whether we want to be with each other or not, whether it's sexually and see where it leads, but we know right now.
Yeah.
So how soon is too soon and how late is soon enough? And then they be sitting there confused in a motherfucker, but they know what they
Right.
want to do. So it's like, don't, like Kurt said, seize the moment. Don't, I just believed in seizing that moment because you'll probably never see that person again because tomorrow isn't promised. So I'm a firm believer of not putting off for tomorrow what you can do today. And so I'm
Also,
like,
man,
if we here and the time has presented itself, what's the problem?
also I'm learning something too. It just especially because when you experience different things, you get a broader mind because you've experienced different things.
Right.
A lot of people get with somebody that they fall in love with and they have all of their qualities and the sex is whack. And then they find out
Mm-hmm.
they in a position now where they really care for this person
Right.
and that's going to be a part of their life and that's going to be something that's absent or missing from their relationship because they've
And
Right.
allowed
and
themselves.
that's why when I first started this podcast, I used to explain so much, and the panel used to get mad and try to go against me. Sex is a major part
Of the
of a
relationship.
relationship.
It just
I don't care
is.
what you say. We're not saying it's a focal point because you got to have more in that relationship. But
I tell you what,
good sex plays a major role
I
because
tell
just
you
like
what,
Kurt
being
said, he was
being
just talking at random. He was just talking at random, but he said if the sex was wet, and now you stuck with that person, but you remember when Leroy put it down. You
right,
remember when Richard put it down. Now this guy is providing. He got the looks. He got the job. He got the car. He got the crib, but he ain't bringing it. And so now you thinking when y'all get mad at each other, when you on the phone with your girls and he pissed you off, yeah, that little dick, yeah, that no, you know,
You
and it
don't
happened.
think people could be taught to please?
I've heard because I used to ask about the ones who the women say had a small penis, and I was like, if it's small, how do y'all
Get around that.
satisfaction out of it?
Right. How can you get around that?
Yeah. And that used to be a major question I used to ask all the time, because I hear them say, capping on them, little, and I'm like, well, how do you get satisfaction out of that? If I think I asked you one time on here, does size matter? And I think
we talked about that for a brief. We briefly talked about that.
I absolutely think size doesn't matter, because if size can matter, okay, men have no say so in what God handed them out in the line. So how can you say size matter?
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't know if you've seen enough penises.
Oh, she's seen enough.
But you know what?
She's seen enough.
Don't get me wrong. No, let me refresh your memory.
Seen enough
because,
now.
like I
You
said,
capping now.
at one point in time, that was part of the application process for me. That was
She done had plenty now, Kurt.
In order to get your foot in the door, you had to show me something. So I mean, that used to be, part of the part. But now the mature older me has learned I'm not so shallow. I'm not as fucked up as I used to be.
It ain't got nothing to do with being shallow.
But you know what though?
If you want that goddamn back broke, you just want your back broke.
But you know what? I've seen so many experiences with people close to me that have had severe health problems and things to come up to where sex for some people I knew just wasn't possible, and all they had was the relationship. That was what kept them going. So to me, it's just like I'd rather have the peace of a woman before I get the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I don't have the peace, I don't want the pussy.
Most men, hey, George, that is most men. Kurt done had enough. He could care less if he don't get none for the next 20, 50, 30 years.
Yeah.
Me either. But women, they gonna want that urge. I learned this when I was in the 5%.
Yeah, I know that's true.
If I found somebody that I wanted to be with for the rest of my days, I'll be satisfied with whatever for the rest of my days.
Yeah, that's the
like women can't get to that point where men do. You like we some total other being or something, but we're not.
No.
We're not all that different.
When y'all have been there, done that, they'll probably reach your level. But women gonna want that wood, man. Especially if they were promiscuous.
According to your logic.
If they were promiscuous.
According to your logic.
And it ain't my logic.
A man done been there and done that. At a certain point in time, he ain't gonna want to know more like that either.
There have been studies that a woman's urge for sex is way deeper than a man's urge for it. And that's why women cheat the most.
But here's the thing, though.
Lord Jesus. Where is the data?
Okay. I got the data on that. Well, they saying that men, put like this, I feel like, and it's data on this too, but this is not the topic tonight. But women get away with it more because a man gonna give himself away. So that's why the statistics say men cheat more, because they get caught more.
Well, women nowadays doing it more because this shit is acceptable. They made it fashionable to be that way. But the
statistics still try to say men, because men get caught the most. So it ain't that women not cheating, they don't get caught.
Well, here you gotta look at it like this. You gotta look like this though. When a man cheat on a woman, there's a greater likelihood that woman will stay than when a woman cheat on a man. When a woman cheat on a man, we pretty much done with it.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Yeah,
that's a wrap. But you have a lot more women that will take a man back that's unfaithful.
You know why?
She's still
gonna be getting down with her sneaky link.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily though. Not necessarily. Not everyone.
She waiting on the chance to get him, brother.
Not every woman like that.
A woman gonna throw that in the back of her head that you messed over her, man.
No, not every woman's like it. You still got some virtuous good women out here. They just get shot down by all the hoochies out here. That's what that is.
Okay, peep this. So you telling me that if a woman got in love with you. You cheat on her. She find out and she know it. She just gonna stay there these days now with social media, with everybody, every woman screwing a mile a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's out there now. It's like, hey, we ain't gotta save ourselves no more. We outside. We finna, if I want to mess with Joe, I'm gonna mess with Joe, Willie, Carl, Chris, and I'm gonna have all of them in a week. That's what they doing now. They don't give a shit.
Not all of them, no, but that's the thing though. You can't say all. You can't say all. There are some women that do have
That
some virtue.
all word be
So
killing me, man.
Yeah, you
so
can't say all.
if you women out there that'll let that man mess over her, dog her out, and she know he to mess around, and she still stay 100% faithful to him, and not thinking of revenge, and not thinking about messing around, waiting on the right person
Some
to come
women,
along.
I'll tell you, I see it happen. I've seen it happen. I've seen it
Okay, I'm
happen.
gonna tell you like
You just
this.
didn't know.
She may not
That's just
have.
waiting
She
on the
may
right
have
person
thought
to come
about
along.
it, but that don't necessarily mean she didn't act on it. Everybody got that innate part of them that want revenge, but that don't mean they're gonna act on it. There's a difference.
The only reason they ain't act on it is because the right opportunity hadn't come yet with the right person.
But here's the thing.
No,
Here's the thing. Here's
it
the thing.
don't matter.
Just because,
It wouldn't
just
even
because.
matter.
Yeah, but with revenge, it's a reason to do anything. It's a reason to kick an old woman down a flight of stairs. Just don't do it. So the thing is, it's the same
Who ain't gonna
thing.
do it? Who ain't gonna do it?
I'm telling you,
No, I
not
just
every
messing with you. I
woman is
just
going
messing with
not, but you got a lot of women that's like, I'm not gonna compromise who I am as a woman because this man that if they
you.
smart,
That
they
was
leave.
15 years ago.
I ain't gonna
Not
say that.
today.
I
Right?
ain't gonna say that.
Today, this is what they say today. Let me tell you
You
what
know
they say
why?
today. Karma is a bitch. And they tip a tap today, man.
But see, that's not a woman I want to fuck with because I would rather respect a woman to be like, I'm out, I'm dipping, as opposed to staying with a man that you know
Wouldn't
messing
we
off on
all?
you and you messing off.
In a
But
perfect
then,
world, wouldn't we all?
well, you know what? That's why I was single for so long because a lot of these women are on there. You ain't lying. A lot of them, but I can't say all.
What they'll
Yeah.
do.
I don't say all, but I say a whole vast majority.
Once they catch you, they gonna hang around to see. First of all, they're gonna try not to lose you to another woman. So they're gonna see how you feel about it first. And if you explain to her, oh baby, that's just something I'm doing. She gonna hang around because she don't want to lose, especially if she done put in all of that time. She don't want to lose you. She ain't finna just give you up.
Now, that hold on,
Now
Kurt.
I'm telling you something. I'm telling you something
Now,
about the. I'm
cut
telling you
right
something
on
about the
that.
women I
Time
know.
out. Cut right on that. Now, the woman who kind of respects herself, she'll stick around if she didn't put a lot of time and investment in you. Now, he
Exactly.
right.
She ain't gonna
Turning this shit
let
on
that
the
other
head.
woman just
That one
have you.
there, that one will stick around for a minute. But your days are numbered on how many
your
more times you
days
fuck
are
over.
numbered, and she just waiting. Hey, she just waiting her time. She just putting in her
But you
time.
know what though? It's a lot of women nowadays that once you cheat, they out. Bottom line, they gone. They'll tell you if
It's
you
a
cheat
deal
on me, I'm
breaker.
through. A lot
It's
of them
a
not
deal
even finna
breaker.
do the revenge thing. They just finna do
Nah,
them.
it's a deal breaker. It's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
You know,
When
I
she
know,
tell you to do
and
you,
men are different, but you know how most of us men are. Once a woman cheat on us, we through. We
You
don't want her
got
no
3
more.
kids at home, and that nigga pay it. That
So
nigga
that's a
taking
wrap
care
in
of
itself.
everything. That ain't gonna. He gonna be like, you ain't in love with her, is you? Nope. No, it's just something I did. And you gonna hang around because y'all done did it.
Right.
You know. But I tell you, man. Your boy P Diddy off the chain, ain't he?
no,
Yeah.
Cassie off the chain. Cassie off the chain. She the one they tried to make it look like that escort. P. Diddy made that escort piss on her. No, he said she asked him to piss on her. So she ain't no angel either now. So
She said she got the Diddy got a liking it though. Diddy say, hey, let that nigga piss on me.
no, she asked him first.
She said that's what they was doing though. Said both of them was pissing on her.
Yeah, but like I say, yeah, she asked the guy to do it to her first though. So that damn Brian Steele ain't no joke. That Brian Steele ain't no joke. And we gonna talk about that, but I didn't want to go into that on this one. But I
She
want to
said,
talk
did he
about
write the
Tory
script
Lanez
though?
too.
Hey,
But
since we get ready to get on topic, let me do my disclaimer. You know, D, y'all know I got to do this all the time. Whatever I say tonight is based on my personal experience. So I don't want nobody getting mad. I don't need your inbox blowing up saying he this, he that. I'm just speaking from my experience. So on the
they
topic
sure
tonight,
be
let me get
saying,
that out the way.
"Who is that guy?
Who is that?
Hey, he doing his thing. Leave him alone.
Yep. Yeah,
We
they ain't
want
walked in
honest.
my
Leroy.
shoes. So
We want honest. We want honesty.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. When you transparent,
And
people don't
so
like it.
this is the
Nah,
topic.
but
We're gonna jump on it right quick. Once in a committed relationship, should the man automatically provide for a young child that's not his?
okay.
So if you like that
Listen.
mother, and you're gonna get in a committed relationship, this ain't nobody you just beating down, or you dating, or you thinking. You guys are talking next level. You guys are discussing finances. You guys are discussing, you got a place, she got a place. You guys are discussing moving in together. You've been dating for a while, and she has a child, a young child,
Mhm.
and you like her.
Right.
Once you get in that relationship, do you feel committed and to provide for her young children? We ain't talking about the 13, 14-year-olds that then built their lives and know who and what they want and what direction they're going in. We talking about toddlers here.
It depends. It depends. Depends on the dynamic with the child's father. If he around, if he not, depends on the dynamic with the rest of the family.
Wait a
It de-
minute. Why the daddy got to be affected? Isn't
because that can be a
you with
problem.
the woman?
But here's the thing, though. It depends on what the dad is providing too, as far as how much you chip in financially. If the dad is providing and being there, it's gonna look different as far as what you provide for that child, because that child has a father. It's gonna look different in terms of how much time you spend with the child. You may have to take the child to see the father. A lot of men are gonna be wary of that. So my umbrage is with the term automatically. It just depends. It's a lot involved in it, and as a person in my mind
You
was a
did it.
fool and did a stepfather thing for years, I would never do it
Babe.
again.
If
But
you
if
get
I
with a
work
woman and she got a child, you better know she a package deal off the Whopper Chopper.
exactly, that's why I don't buy packages. I deal with envelopes. I deal with single
It's a
use now.
It's a
I don't
package
deal with
Yeah,
deal.
packages.
A whole
That's what I was
Amazon
wondering. The
package.
question was the package deal. Because I
Right.
knew back in the day, I used to hear women say, my aunts or whatever, I used to hear them say, we are a package deal. If you like me, you're gonna like my children. You have to like my children. If you provide for me, it's gonna be
And my
times you
kids
have to
gotta
provide
like
for my kids.
you.
Right.
And
Hello.
Right.
and then with me being a single parent for so long, if you date me, you're gonna have to interact with my child as well. It's not gonna be he go to bed. If we're gonna be in a serious relationship, he got to be in the bed before you come over. Once we say we're dating and we're a couple and I introduce you, I may need you to go pick him up to take him
Right.
to track
Yeah.
practice.
And I'm not saying, and
I may need
I'm
you
not saying you don't, I'm not
I
saying you
may
don't.
be out of town
Right.
in New Orleans or something and need you to get him an outfit.
Right. That's cool. I'm not talking about not providing for the child. What I'm saying is you got to be careful with all the other dynamics involved and see what that provision looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of times when people get with folks with kids, sometimes the dad around, sometimes it's not. You know, you got to
Baby,
look
it
at how
don't
much
matter. It don't matter.
it
It
matters
Well,
to
for
kind of
me.
me,
do.
for me,
It
I've
matters
been
to
for me,
me.
blessed
that kind of
enough that everybody I ever dealt with, anybody I ever dealt with that had children, the father was either in jail, dead, or he ain't fuck with the child.
Right. Exactly.
And I just happen to be blessed like that. You know,
well
I
to
never
Right.
had
me
to go
that
through
kind
that.
of that's kind of by default. If you ain't, if to me, if you're involved with the lady and you really care about them, or vice versa, that child, what they got, especially if it's a young child, that kind of comes by default, man. You can't not do
Yeah,
it.
that's
Like
what
you
I
gonna
was
sit,
saying too.
yeah,
But
you gonna sit. How selfish your ass gonna be if you sit up there like the child 4 years old and y'all go to McDonald's or something,
Oh, no, no, no. I'm talking
I'm
about.
just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You sitting there and talking about,
Talking
well,
That
about
was my
private
didn't
example.
school
didn't
tuition,
didn't daddy give him some
wardrobe,
money?
whatever they
No, no,
Get
I
need.
ain't
your
talking
ass
about.
out.
I ain't talking about stuff like that.
See,
I'm
Kurt,
talking
Kurt
about. I'm
stole
talking.
my
See,
Kurt.
to
Hey,
me,
Kurt in my head tonight.
buying a kid a Happy Meal ain't providing. That's just buying them something to eat. I'm talking about stuff like health insurance, life insurance, stuff like
Tuition,
that. Yeah,
tuition.
tuition, stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Well,
Anybody can
well,
buy a kid a Happy Meal. That ain't nothing.
well. If okay, that's kind of by default too, because if you're in a long-term relationship with the woman, that means you finna get engaged with this child. That child is going to become a part of your life, and you're gonna develop. You should or hope to develop feelings for that child, whether it be a surrogate father, or surrogate mother, whatever. Uh, I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm with a woman. She's got a younger child, just because the child got a different father, I'm indifferent with the child because of the situation. That's going to
Well,
create a lot of questions.
I'm gonna give an example. I'm gonna give an example. My ex-wife got remarried. We got a son. Her husband don't have to do nothing. He don't have to provide. We rather he not provide because, like my son said, that's my mama's husband. I ain't got nothing to do with John. I got
How
a
old is the
dad.
son? How old is the son?
He's 15 now. He just turned 15 the other day.
Oh, he
But
grown.
even if he was young, it would still be the same because he's got a father. I don't need nobody to pay his tuition. I don't want nobody paying his tuition but me. I'm his dad. So that dude's idea of providing for my son is to take care of his mother. My son don't have no relationship with him. He take care of his mom. I don't need to take care of my son. I don't want him to take care of my son. I
I
told him,
don't think
don't.
it.
That's my job.
I don't think it's a matter of him taking care of
Able
the
to
son.
discipline your son and
He
also
can't even
provide for
discipline.
your
Well,
son.
I
You
already
know,
told
hey,
John when he was around. I told him,
your son.
you hands off, bro. I told him, I said, you hands off. You married to her. He got a daddy. Anytime discipline came up, I got the call, not dude. Anytime my son needs something, I got the call, not dude. So dude had it pretty good. He didn't have to provide. He didn't put in tuition or nothing like that. And that's what I mean when I say every situation is different.
I'm not talking about like putting his hands on him. I'm talking about like telling him, "Hey, no,
Nah,
you
he didn't
want
even do that.
punishment.
He didn't
No,
do
On the
that.
same
you
note,
can't do
on the
that."
same note, if they under that roof and they
That's right.
provide for that
Well,
child,
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
and
It
that
depends on
child
what.
get
Wait,
out
wait,
of
wait, wait.
line,
Let me
and
clarify
y'all in
something.
that
Let me
man's
clarify something.
household,
If
that
you going
man
up,
should
wait, wait, wait,
have
wait.
the
If you going
authority
up under that
to
woman
check that
roof, you
child.
need to sit the hell down and shut the hell up. That's what I told dude. You not even providing a roof. You married her. You up on the roof I bought. So I don't need you to discipline my son. I don't need you to have nothing to do with my son. My son didn't want to have nothing to do with Jones. That's why I say every situation is different. I'm a very active father, so dude didn't have to provide nothing for my son.
But to be
It's
honest
like,
with you, it don't sound like the situation you referring to is. It seems something that it seems kind of you have something against her not being with you and
I
her
don't
getting a
care
house.
none. I mean, I wish he,
He thought he
not at
jealous.
all.
He
Not
the
at
bitter
all,
brother.
John. No. Here's the thing. I'm in my son's life. I don't need another man to provide for my son. That's my
So
wife's
so so
husband.
so
That's
so
not my child's father. He don't even call him a stepfather, stepson. That's just like my son said, that's my mama's husband. They ain't got shit to do with me. My son told me that when they first got married. He's
but
like, I'm good, Dad.
but
I got you.
George, you don't even hear your energy pertaining to this.
Because here's the thing. Here's my energy. Because I've been in the situation where I don't I have a problem with another man providing my child, and I'm perfectly capable of doing it. Even my wife said, that's my husband. My son got a father. I don't need him to provide for my son. Those the caveats we made because that's what works best for us.
Right.
Now, if
So he
somebody
got
else does work different, then it works
he
different.
so she's remarried to a man, and he's in the house with y'all kid,
Uh-huh.
and you just want him to look at the kid as he invisible.
And
No,
pay the
not
bill.
no. My son, no, they don't even talk. They don't even
Yeah,
talk.
Exactly.
his son
That's
don't like
fucked
the
up.
mama, the
It's
boyfriend, the
not that he
husband.
don't like him. He just don't fuck with him. He just told me, he said, Dad, I ain't got no reason. That's my mama's husband. They ain't got nothing to do with me. He's
I
like, I
wish
They
I
don't
got
would
have
you.
be
no
called a mom. I
interaction at
wish I
all.
would be
None.
called a
No, they ain't
goddamn
going to no
mama's husband,
like my son told
and
me. He
I'm
said,
paying bills at the house.
And
and
I
you living
wish you
under my
would be
roof
sitting up in
and
my
I'm the mama's
motherfucking house
husband.
acting
I
like I'm
wish I would.
invisible and you ain't got nothing to say to me. I
No,
wish a
for
nigga
what?
would.
It ain't even his damn house.
Hey, D, and I said, hey, Michael, turn the light off. Fuck you, nigga. You ain't my daddy.
No, I ain't saying it's like
Hey,
that. I ain't
then
saying it's
I
like
said, well,
that,
you
but
gonna stay with your goddamn dad.
they don't interact. They don't interact at all.
And that's the
They just
problem.
Exactly.
have no relationship.
You gonna
How
You
stay
can't
is
with you
see,
that
gonna stay with your
possible
dad.
under the
and
same roof?
you can't see that that's the problem, that they don't interact.
Well, the problem is he gone now. They finna get divorced now.
Look, he
But
Okay.
happy
see,
now. Hey, you see how that energy shifted, Kurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He happy they breaking up.
and my son my son happy as hell. I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah,
I
you
ain't gonna lie.
too.
My son so happy he was just cheesing. Even my
You
ex-wife cheesing. She's so
Hey,
glad to
you
get
George,
rid
you
teasing
of her.
now, nigga.
transparent on here, man.
Hey,
Huh?
you teasing now, nigga.
Transparent on here, George.
Nah, I'm just saying it depends
You
on the
hated that whole
situation.
Hey,
situation, George.
George cheesing over here too.
I'm
George,
telling you
you
what,
hated that whole
I'm telling you
situation,
what it
George.
is. I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you what it is. That's what I mean by I say so many dynamics because the shift between the husband and the wife can change. But if that child got a stable father, it's gonna look different. If the father was absent or just a trifling ass nigga, that's one thing. But when you have an active father, that provision, that providing is gonna look different.
Let me say this. Let me say this to you, George. This is real. This real talk, man. Life is so unpredictable, right?
Right.
God forbid something happened to you and your child need a father, and he been in the house with this dude all of this time, who could have
He
been
ain't
just
gonna need no fun. He ain't
could
gonna
have
need
just
no fun.
who
I'm gonna visit him from
Dude
the
don't dude
grave.
don't want
He
to
ain't
dude
gonna
don't
need
want to be
no
a
fun. I'm
father to
gonna
my
be
son.
but listen, he could have just been free. Well, since y'all pushed the narrative so hard on the dude probably like, fuck it, then I'm out of it.
I
You know what I'm
go.
saying?
He can go, cause I'm gonna be there for my son from the
Yeah,
grave. I'm
I'm
gonna be
down for
right
mine,
down
nigga. I don't
Tupac.
need you,
I'm
nigga.
gonna
I
be
don't
like
want you saying
Tupac.
nothing to mine, nigga. I got mine, nigga. And
Yeah, I got mine. I got mine. And that's what I'm saying. Now
so my point.
I don't
Listen,
disrespect dude or nothing like that, but I look at it, that's my ex-wife's husband. That's not my son's stepfather. He's never been referred to as
Yeah,
stepfather.
y'all treated him like a punk from the door. That's why he gone.
No, he acted like one, that's why he gone.
I'm just playing. Okay, don't take it out on me.
yeah,
I ain't even take it out on you, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, George ain't
that
playing
dude
with
had a
y'all.
lot of
George ain't playing with y'all tonight.
that dude had a lot of pressure on him, man. That dude like, man,
No,
fuck
he
all
just
that.
he just wasn't man enough to deal with the pressure. That's all that was.
He goddamn right he wasn't man enough to deal
Hell no,
with the
I don't
pressure.
think I would have been man
No.
enough either.
No, because he was intimidated because I was in my child's life. And a lot of men can't deal with it. So a lot of times you get with a woman with it's a package deal, and you find in time if the father's still around, you
Hey,
can't deal with it.
George done ran that nigga off, and George ain't even there. Go ahead,
I ain't said I talked to the nigga one time. One
George done
time.
ran that. He,
I had one conversation with him.
nigga, you
Now he
got
a
one
nigga.
time to
Now he
say
a
something to my
nigga.
son. You better not even by goddamn speak to him, nigga. I'll come over there and fuck
Man,
you up.
don't even look
Say
at him,
one
nigga.
word. Nigga, if you wake up and say good morning, I'll beat your motherfucking ass.
Nigga, what the fuck is you speaking to him for?
Nigga George.
Man,
George
take
out
them
there,
damn
man.
shoes back. Yeah, I and I know I've come across that way, but this is some co-parenting has been something that
No,
I
it
we
seems like you have a healthy co-parent relationship, but it's a problem when it's another nigga coming in the picture.
with me as far as when she met him and when they was getting married, he was like, "Dad, I just want you to know, I don't need, I don't need a stepfather. I don't want a stepfather. I got a
George, did
father."
y'all have a bad breakup, man?
We had a
Yep.
bad breakup, but that's like one of my best friends, not my ex-wife. That's my road
But
dog.
did y'all have a
Hey,
bad
and you know
breakup?
what, Kurt? Kurt, it was a bad breakup, and now that's one of his best friends. You know why? When it's a bad breakup and now they're your best friends, you glad to have them back in your life because you was in love with them and you miss
I ain't in
what
love
they
with her.
had.
I ain't in love with her. I respect her for being a friend that she's been to me.
I could see that they, you can see that when you take out, we ain't got to worry about bills and money and all that stuff no more
Y'all had
together.
some
Then we
unresolved
can
shit.
be
Y'all
cool.
probably could have made it. That's what y'all
Nah, we
did.
couldn't have made nothing.
Yeah.
No,
Y'all had some
no,
Now you
unresolved.
wanted to make it.
no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I
Yeah, you
didn't.
did, George.
Bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
before we got divorced.
There
We
you
was
go with
cool.
that shit again.
We was cool.
I'll be
But
lying.
I'm just all I'm saying is when you get with a woman, and even if it's a package deal, every package gonna be a different size, a different weight. For some
George,
men, that's
But
gonna
if you
be.
got a package with a
listen to
woman
me,
and her
George.
and her
Listen,
child's
no,
father's
George.
like, look her nigga,
I
I don't
wasn't
need you
like
to say
that.
nothing to my
George.
child.
Y'all act like I went and rolled up on dude. I didn't roll up on dude. I talked to
George,
dude one
listen,
time.
George,
You
George,
didn't have
listen,
to, because you was glad that your son didn't like it.
George,
Now, if your son was like, man, he cool, he this and that, we going to
I would have
Disney
been
World, he
okay.
made me
I would
this,
have
he
been
brought me
okay
this,
with
ready
it.
to give me a car, you'll be feeling some type of way.
No, I would not have. As long as I got
George.
my
No.
relationship with my son. See,
Okay, George,
uh-huh.
can your sons be friends with their stepfather?
Yeah, y'all gonna be cool.
Okay.
Y'all can sit and
Yeah.
watch Netflix and do whatever. But as far as anything really coming from a father to a son, now you stay out of that, homie. That's my job.
So you don't want him to get him no lessons. He come home from school and it's a girl and
I don't
said
know what he
something
teaching him. I don't
or,
know what he teaching. I
or
don't need that because
okay.
what another man gonna teach my son unless I deem him a worthy mentor to my son, and I didn't in
You
this
know
case.
what?
You don't teach my son shit.
You know what, y'all? The nigga that he say it depends on because how involved the father is and all that is that nigga.
That's right. Damn straight. I
So
ain't finna
he the
lie.
nigga that, but you know what? If I was in that position, I'll check George from the door. You ain't finna come over here. You ain't finna be talking crazy. I'm gonna lay the law when I
This
get with
nigga.
your
No, no. I
That
tell
baby
you what.
man
mama.
Gibbon
And I
be
tell you
coming
what.
over.
I
I'm gonna
tell you
lay
what.
that
Hey,
law when I get with your
you
baby
can't
mama.
stop
And then
me from
if you
coming
don't like
over.
that law, we can always go
And I
outside.
tell you what
But
would have happened.
I'm gonna set that law
And I tell you what would have
when I
happened. My
talk
son.
to your
I
baby
tell you
mama.
what would have happened. I tell you what would have happened. My son been on the first plane to my ass. I ain't going. We had already talked about that. Nah, I ain't doing that. My
George,
son don't need
George,
no another father.
George,
I'm
the
his father.
problem started when that nigga, she got the house, right?
I gave it to her.
She got the house,
So that's
Yeah, I
her
gave her the
house.
house.
And that nigga
and
moved
that nigga
in the
laying up
house
in
that
that
you
house
paid
with
mortgage
your
on.
ex-wife. That's the problem, dude.
Nah, it's not the problem. I don't give a fuck about the
Hey,
house. Fuck the house. I was ready to let the house go. I was like, here, you had a house in the divorce. We didn't even fight over the divorce. We didn't go
well,
have to go to court.
that's
Here,
the
you had a
problem,
house. It's
man.
not that. It's just when it comes to my son, I'm very particular because there's a lot of bad influences out here. I don't know dude well enough to trust him with my son, and I'm not gonna do
Boy,
it.
you
Well,
that
let
nigga
me
that would
ask
have
you.
you that nigga that would
Let
have
me
got
ask you
drugged in the
something, George.
driveway, homie. You
Now
ain't finna
you
be
Let me
that
ask
coming
you
over
nigga,
something.
nowhere
you
where
that
I'm
George,
laying
nigga
let
my
me
that
ask
head
you
and
something.
trying to lay no damn rules, homie.
Let
That
me
ain't how
ask you
that
something,
works.
George. George, let me ask
you
you something.
wouldn't have been the daddy of the
Let me
relationship.
ask you
Like if
something,
this
George. For real talk.
prepared to provide for the children that's
What if
not
I
theirs.
came?
That's why you
Hey,
don't want to
hey,
be with nobody with no baby daddy,
what
because
what if I
you
came to
that
you,
baby
George?
daddy.
Exactly. That
Hey,
nigga is
George.
you.
Hey, George, I'm in love. I'm
You're
in
showing his
love.
ass tonight.
I'm in love. I'm in love with your ex-wife.
I don't care.
And well, and I just want, hey, out of respect, I just want to have a conversation with you, so I can tell you who I am and
Yeah,
what
you
I'm
He
get
do
to
it,
about.
but
know
see,
me.
he wasn't man enough to do that though. He
Well, I'm
came on
talking
some
about
nah.
me,
Okay, you okay? Okay, go
right?
ahead.
And so, if I came to you out of respect, and just so you know where I'm coming from as to regard as to how the household gonna run, and we went over some things about the young adult that's staying in the house with us. Would you be open to that, or would you just be, are you so bruised
So,
I ain't nobody
of the
bruised.
situation? Huh?
Ain't nobody bruised. He just got to know his place. I'm his father. I don't care what he do with my ex-wife. I don't give a shit about that. But when it comes to my son, no,
but he
no,
got to
it's
be able
different.
to set rules for your son too.
Well, he didn't. My wife and I set the rules for our son.
Oh
But
shit.
he's the man of that house.
Not no more.
He the
George, you
man
gonna
He
that
ain't the
kill me
I
man.
know
with
He
I
this
would
wasn't the
have
one.
made a
man. And
whole
shit.
lot of
Here's
rules.
my thing. Here's my
He ain't
thing.
gonna be sleeping all day on the weekend. He gonna keep his room clean. He gonna mow that lawn. And when he don't, we
Wasn't
gonna
none
have
of that going
problems.
on. My
And
son do
Yeah,
that.
you
My
take
ain't
out the
there
trash.
to
you know
regulate.
what
You not there to
you
regulate.
Nah, yes I
And
am.
y'all
Cause
and y'all
you know
y'all
what
men
you
be
know what
killing
my
me.
son you know what my son did all that anyway. Cause that's what I instilled in him.
Y'all
What
men,
what
y'all
this
baby
dude?
daddies, y'all bitter baby daddies be killing me.
I ain't no baby daddy. I'm a father. I was married to my wife. I don't do
Well,
that baby daddy shit.
y'all bitter Y'all bitter
I ain't bitter.
baby fathers.
D George told him you ain't got to do nothing that nigga say. That nigga better not
Yeah,
even.
I didn't ever say that neither. All I
yeah.
said was,
If
all I told
he
my
say something
son,
to me, if
only
he
thing
say
I
something
told,
to me, call me.
only
Call
thing
me.
I told my son was stay respectful. If you have an issue, go with your mama. Go to your mama, and your mama will come to me. But he said, dude never said 2 words to him. He never really said 2 words to dude.
Shit, y'all done
See,
scared him off.
well, then that's his pussy ass. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You can't hang, you can't hang. That ain't my problem.
Boy, George, you something serious. Like I say, and it's niggas like you. That's why men don't want to be stepdads in the first place. It's cause of
Good,
you.
good, because I don't want to be a stepdad. I did that shit for 4 years. I never do it again.
Okay.
It wasn't worth it to me.
But
It's just
you know
me
what
though.
though? But instead of not being one, I would have put your ass in your place. You wouldn't have been calling your son.
That
Not on
nigga
no
be
bullshit.
that
I
nigga would have
promise
been
you
six.
won't.
That nigga would have been
I'm
6
gonna
feet
lay
under.
the law from the door
What
when I'm
what I,
talking to your baby
here's the
mom.
thing. Here's the thing. Then I told him, I did tell him this. I said, you know what? When you can provide a house that me and her didn't pay for, when you can provide things and bring in money and contribute bills, then you might can say something. Otherwise, you being take care of. Shut the fuck up and sit down. Cause
She
you
had
came to
her
me wrong.
a
Hey,
Facebook.
that's his house. Once he get in there and he pissed the shit in there, that's his house.
No, it ain't. Where you at now, nigga? Gone. Gone. Cause he
That's
couldn't
cause of
name.
you.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's between him and my wife. I didn't get involved in their personal business. But when
It
it comes
has
to
a
my
little
son,
something to do with you, bro. Because
well,
ain't no
good.
man finna want to stay in no household where you got a overgrown teenager in there that's looking upside his head or acting like you ain't my daddy. You can't say nothing to me. So
My son don't act
men
like
don't
that.
have to put up with that no more.
My son never
Just like
acted like
women
that.
ain't gotta say,
My son never act like that. My son very
"Come on
respectful,
now."
make straight A
The
in
fact that
church,
your
do everything
son
for me.
said, "Daddy," he mama's husband. He ain't got nothing to do with me. That was acting like that right there, homie.
Not to me. Not to
Right,
me.
because you don't want to see it. We
Well, I
see
ain't
what
got to
we
see it.
want to see.
All I know is I'm a good father. My son's in the excellent private school. He's doing very well. He's got a bright future. My ex-wife is fine and happy. That's all the fuck I care about. I can give a fuck about that nigga.
But why you care about whether she happy or not, unless you still
Because if
care
she
about her? But that's another topic.
because if she well, my son well. If my
Okay,
ex-wife fucked
that's a
up,
good
then my son
excuse.
fucked up.
That's a good excuse. That's a good excuse. But it's brothers like you that run off other brothers when it comes to
Well,
stepping up to be a father figure.
he stepped in the arena wrong the first time I talked to him. See, that's what set out the bad precedent. He came in on some fuck shit, so that's what he got. When you come
Well,
in
I
being
get that.
disrespectful,
Yeah.
yeah,
All I
How
said is,
he was
he tried to come
disrespectful
in.
to you?
He came in trying to talk to me about something that was going on at the time. I'm like, bro, who the fuck are you? No, you stay in your place. You're not his daddy. My wife told him, my ex-wife told him the same thing. We got this. We don't need you. He didn't even raise his own goddamn kids. Don't try to raise mine. I don't need that. Now,
But
I
don't
don't
they
think he
both
was
under
a
the
good
same roof?
guy.
it don't matter to
If
me.
your son brings drugs in the house, wouldn't his life be affected too?
Oh, please. That nigga would bring drugs to that damn house problem. I ain't studying all that. I'm just saying is if it, we had already had a bailout plan where if it got to be a problem, my son on the first flight to me. I told my ex-wife, you live your life with dude. If it get to be a problem with my son need to come to his father. Now, if I was a woman saying that, everybody be giving me an amen quarter. Oh, you the mama, you the mama. But with your daddy, they don't give you no fucking respect. None.
It ain't a matter of respect, man. If the dude is solid, man.
He wasn't solid.
Well, okay then that's the problem then.
Right, that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say every situation is different. You might get with somebody think it's a package deal, 2 or 3 years, the shit go left. Then what you got? You got a fractured relationship with a child. You got a fractured relationship with one. Just be careful with this shit. Now, somebody can come in and get with a woman and be hunky dory and be daddy and sign the birth certificate, adopt a little kid and all that. But that's not every situation. It's not one size fits all. Now, if you
No,
want
it's
to do
not.
that, that's fine. But that's not how it worked out for me. That's not what I prefer. That's not what I go with.
What do you prefer?
What I prefer is somebody to come in and know their place. Now, I don't have no problem with somebody correcting my son, but be careful how you do it. Because just remember, you ain't his daddy. You
George
gotta be
reminds me of
just,
Kanye
just,
West for some reason. I
just,
don't know
just
why.
like, oh Lord, don't say that. But
I
here's the
don't know
thing.
why.
Look at it this way: if I met a woman, like my girlfriend, suppose we get married and it's certain things she's not gonna be able to articulate to my son because my son got a mama. Yeah, she can
So,
correct
so,
him,
so
but
when
it's
you
just
play stepdaddy, hold on. So when you play stepdaddy, that other nigga must have tried to handle you and told you what you wasn't
hell
gonna
no.
do.
That nigga came up ghost. That nigga went at now high school graduation. He didn't take nobody to the doctor. He didn't contribute. He owe me money now. 4 years, lived an hour away. Didn't see his kids. Didn't do nothing. I had to do all of it. I had to do all of it. I never do that again.
Hey,
No,
charge you off the motherfucking whole hook,
George
man.
clowning tonight. Whatever
no.
you
He
own,
didn't.
George,
That nigga didn't do shit.
George, whatever you own, I'm gonna charge me. Let me know how much it is to ship it.
Hey, stay
Right.
on
You
that,
want
man.
him
Cause
to
Stay
I
get
on
it
that,
need,
next
George.
cause
week?
you clowning
You need
tonight,
next
homie.
week.
George,
No,
stay
You
man.
on
want
that,
him to
George.
come with it
I
next week
needed,
and
I
everything.
needed second day air, 2 day air.
Hey, make sure
Man,
you
I
put
would
it in
email
your,
you this shit.
make sure you put it in your
Nah,
little
I
box
need
that'll
that. What
keep
you
that.
own,
Hey,
I need that shit in the mail for
hey,
real.
I'm
make
just
sure
being.
you
I'm just
put it
being
in
for
that
real
box
though.
that'll keep it cold too. You don't
And
want soft cold bullshit.
and that's why I kept saying at first. I said it depends on where the first thing out my mouth. It depends on where the father is and how involved he is.
Boy, you killing me
Okay.
tonight, boy.
Yeah, George. Man, you made the night tonight, George. Thank
Cause
you.
you the
You
baby
welcome.
daddy that you
Oh
talking
Dang.
shit.
about.
But I was glad to see that's how those brothers be acting that run them men off when them men saying, I can't be no stepdad and this, that, and that, and the daddy involved and he doing this, he doing that. That is George.
What I do? I didn't do nothing. I ain't
But you
said never
said
said
the
nothing to
same
the
thing.
dude.
You said you don't want if you've been blessed to not have to deal with a baby daddy.
I ain't
But
never had to deal with no nigga
if
like
you
George.
had your
Hey,
thoughts
hey,
in the
hey,
matter, you wouldn't want to deal with no baby daddy either.
and D,
Well,
hey,
I
D.
mean, no. I'm gonna lay the law. I'm gonna lay the law when I'm in that relationship.
Okay,
And
check
they
this out.
both
Check
gonna
this out.
and
Check
they
this out.
both
D
gonna have
D
to
D D D. Check
abide
this
by
out.
the law,
D D
or I'm
D.
not
Check
gonna
it.
be in it.
D. Check this out. Suppose something happened to you and your wife have forbid. She get remarried, your son with her for whatever reason. And another dude say, I'm the law, I'm do this, I'm telling your son what to do. If I got to whip him, I got to whip him. What you gonna say?
If I'm not there and he running the household, and I know my son is disrespectful,
No. Suppose he's
it is
respectful.
what it is.
Suppose he just on some fuck shit. Suppose dude just on some fuck shit. That's all.
Now, the fuck shit situation is totally different than
That's what I'm
both
talking
of them
about.
being respectful, my son respectful. We had that talk like Kurt tried to do. And I'm gonna let mine know. This is the man of the house. You staying with him. You chose to stay with your mama, so this is the man of the house.
Yep.
So if you get out of line and this man have to put you in your place because you know you being
But
disrespectful, yeah. But
suppose your son,
if he trying to
suppose
handle you and you know you didn't do
no.
anything wrong, then you can holler at me.
Now, what if your
But
son come to you? What if your son come to you and say, "Daddy, you know what? That's mama husband. I really don't want to mess with dude. I got you. That's all
Most
I
of the
care
time,
about."
most of the time, kids ain't gonna
but
say
you
that.
gonna respect that you gonna respect that man
Yeah, he respected him as long. Yeah, he never
because
disrespected him.
you gonna respect any elder is what I teach mine. Because you know now them YNs as y'all like to call,
But see, here's the
they'll
thing.
curse out a
But this thing,
65-year-old
but
woman.
D, that's not
They'll
my
curse
son.
out an
But D,
80-year-old
what I'm
man
talking about is
that
that's
they
not.
see at Walmart.
But that's not. But here's the thing. That's generalizing. That's never been my son. My son's extremely fucking respectful. That's what I'm saying. He just came to me and said, Dad, I don't need this. I don't want a relationship with him. That's my mama's thing. I got you. I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't go out with them to eat. I don't want to go no ball games with dude. I got
That's
you. I'm
bullshit.
good.
And
Yeah,
I would tell mine, if this was reaching out to you to go to ball games, if this one reaching out to you to go to dinner, go to dinner. I'm not gonna make my son just be pro-black.
I'm not making him be nothing. That's what he came to me.
I'm not gonna support him being pro-black because
All right.
anything can happen. And if I know that dude is genuine, and like you say, it's many levels. If I know that dude is genuine, and we didn't talk, and like you say, you didn't know that dude like talking about. But if I get to know him, he cool people, he good people. We vibe, and he wants to do nice things. Let's go to the movies. Hey, let's go catch a Laker game, and he's trying to be there as a support to the son. I got no problem with
Yeah,
that.
that ain't what was going on in my situation.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So
that's what we're saying though. See, D a stepfather right now, and you best believe he gonna make sure that everything that's supposed to happen for his stepdaughter, cause she his
right,
daughter now.
And and,
right.
and, and Meta at 1 year old, so it's not a stepdaughter. Father
Ex-
deadbeat
Exactly.
ain't doing shit.
Right.
So
So, folks,
Yeah.
some other nigga, hey, stay away from my daughter, nigga. I don't want you. D ain't finna hear that bullshit, man. That ain't finna happen.
nay,
Well, he,
that we
he,
hey, and then hey,
and that's
as soon
why
as
if
my
you got
son
young kids,
called
and
me,
I'm gonna say this,
I don't fuck with that dude. Dad, it's just all about you. I'm saying, hey, that ain't we ain't getting on that
well, it'd be
because
different.
this man will be you living down there with Ed. It may be times you can't get in contact with me, and that man have to be there for you. Your mama
Well,
may be gone, and you grasping for air, and that man is the only person there to have to take you to a hospital so you to live. That man may be the only one there to have to cut your trachea in order for you to breathe.
this nigga wasn't
So
that tight.
I'm not,
Well,
but like I say, that's
but he didn't get a
if the
chance.
guy is genuine, is
He
what I'm
didn't
saying.
get a chance to
He
be that
wasn't
tight
genuine
because
though.
you didn't like that nigga from the Geo, and
Yeah,
right
We
I
didn't
now,
like him
liked him.
from the
I
get
liked him
go
at
because he
first.
was
I
with
liked
your
him at
baby
first.
mama.
right
I don't
now,
have baby.
y'all
I
friends.
don't have no baby mama. I had a wife. I don't do that baby mama shit. I
Well,
was
right
married to
now,
her.
y'all friends, and she
But
done
what we
told you
call her?
everything about this
Your
dude.
ex-wife?
She done told you everything about this dude. I told you that nigga wasn't shit from the get go.
No, she
Hey,
didn't say no.
and you said
That's not
that,
how they
George.
go
I
down.
know you said that.
No, I did. I swear I didn't. You called and asked her. I swear I didn't say that. We don't have that kind of conversation. Only thing she ever would tell me is what was going on. That was it. We never discussed they
Why
marriage.
is she telling you what's going on in their household?
Not what's going on in the household. We called talk about work and other things, and things would come out when
Man,
he
come
left.
on, George.
Happy.
It's
I had a
okay,
good
There you
bro.
time
go
my
with that
son this
Hey,
weekend.
man.
bullshit.
The
I
thing
had a
about
good.
it, George, we understand that kind of hurt, man. I understand
I'm
it.
Yeah.
not hurt. I'm happy. Hell, I hung up my ex-wife on Mother's Day. I saw her on
You
Mother's
what?
Day. We hung up.
You did what?
I saw my ex. I was in town for Mother's Day and hung out with my ex-wife there. Hey, happy Mother's Day.
But when
It's
they
not,
was
ain't
together, you
nobody
didn't
hurt.
have that. When they was together, you didn't have that same energy, dude.
I
You know.
sure did. I call my friend all the time, man. What's going on with you? What's going on? How Caleb doing? It's not like you think. Every dude ain't wounded that go through divorce. Sometimes we heal. Now there was a time there was hurt, but see, here's my thing. I think if you got young kids, now if I had my son was 4 and 5, I wouldn't be dating at all because I don't want to introduce that. That's too young. I think if you got young kids, your folks need to be on your kids, not dating.
How old was the boy? How old was your son when all of this happened?
Uh, they got married pretty recently. They got married November 2023.
And they divorced already?
Oh fuck yeah!
See,
You
he want
divorced her.
nothing.
He divorced her.
Now she
I'm
divorced
seeing a
him.
common denominator, me personally.
Now she divorced him.
As a person,
There you
of
go with that
arithmetic,
women hater ass shit.
what happened?
There you go with that woman hater ass shit.
No,
It's a common denominator. Okay, put like this here. I got a cousin that done been married 4 times, like married, I think 5 times, divorced 4 times. It's a common denominator to
Well,
me.
I'm gonna say this. Let me say this. I pray. I literally do pray that my ex-wife meets somebody that's really worthy of her, that my son can tolerate, and that she can be happy. But dude
Okay.
just wasn't the one.
Okay, y'all best friends now. So
Right.
why you ain't going back?
Man, I'm in a relationship. My dad said once you leave a relationship, you don't go back. My dad said you don't eat where you shit. No, you
man,
don't
you ain't
go
get
back.
Hey,
your dad
y'all
ain't got
see,
your
he
dad
had to
ain't
be in
got
a
nothing to do with that,
relationship
man.
in order not to go back.
No, it's not that. It's just I have no interest in it. If I wanted to go back, I had 8 years to go back.
The
You know, like she had to
time
tell,
around.
like she had to tell the old boy.
And the first time.
No, ain't no first time. This dead. This dead between us in that regard. But no, you don't always go
Like
back. You don't go
H-Town.
back.
What he say? What Biggie say? Like H-Town. You want that whole thing back?
No, that old thing dead, man. It's dead and
Oh,
dead.
okay.
The
All right.
second time around.
Nah, ain't no second
The
time. It was barely the first time.
time.
Shit.
Boy, you crazy. George showed up tonight. So yeah, my thing is, okay, before I seriously date, before I got what I'm in, whoever I would meet, I would look at the children or the child.
Right.
And my brother teases me today because it was one woman that I met and everything was cool. Chemistry, everything was good. But like George, the father was totally active, and I didn't like the way, and the child might have been maybe 7 or 8, you know what I'm saying, 9 years old at the time. But the vibe that kid gave me, I never talked to the mom again. And my brother teases me up to this day. He was like, "Man, you didn't talk to her because of her son, because you didn't like the son." It was the vibe, you know. And men with options ain't got time for that. You ain't got time for that. And then, especially like the mom, I feel like the mother needs to step up sometime in those situations, and they need to sit that child down and say, "Look, this is who I'm talking to. He's gonna be here. You're gonna have to get along. Da 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 da. He's not your dad. We understand his dad, but you're not gonna be walking around here treating him like he don't belong here in this household."
No, I'm not saying,
I blame a lot of that on once again on the woman.
Yeah, she got to correct that shit right away.
Right. She have to correct that.
I don't know. I can't speak on a woman's perspective in this situation. I'm a man and a father, so I don't know. Every woman
but
handles
you also study psychology, so once again, you on here doing that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Bullshit. I'm talking bullshit. I'm talking my experience of what I've been through. I can't speak for Salome and Luther up the street. I ain't worried about them. I'm worried about what I've been through. All I know is my main concern is the well-being and happiness of my son. All right. So my thing is, my ex-wife and her husband, we never got involved in it. We never really discussed it until she said he was gone. All right. So that's cool. My son is happy, healthy, doing good. That's all I care about.
And see, and the reason I brought up, we was talking about the package deal, is today women realize that it's not a package deal because men literally are called simps for being stepdads. Men are literally opting out of being there for the child. So now women adjust to what's going on, and this is what we're hearing.
Take a real man to raise somebody else's kids.
Hold on. That was Let me go and play that humor because George was clowning. Let me go and play that humor. This was the humor right here. Speak this out, y'all.
Take a real man to raise somebody else's kids. It's like paying another man's student loans back. For real. My stepdaughter cool, but her daddy stay in Michigan. I done went out of town. He done bought her a dog for my house. I got a stepdaughter and a stepdog. This ghetto. He don't see no dog food, no Amazon Prime. Dog's expensive too. He got loose and got hit by a car. My fiance gonna take him to the vet. Like, men don't take dogs to vets. We throw a little peroxide on him and put him in the shed. Until he get back to walking right. We gonna just leave him in that shed. She done took the dog to the vet and gonna text my phone talking about the bill, $1,500. What we gonna do? I said, we're gonna turn this into a group chat. We gonna get the biological father involved.
But yeah, it ain't no joke. But a lot of women realizing that men are not going to step up and be there in them stepkids, because they don't want to deal with the bitter baby daddy, the bitter ex.
It ain't always about the bitter baby daddy. A lot of it is the only way I date a woman with kids is if they grown and out the fucking house.
See what I'm saying? And why is that?
I'm not doing
Why
it
is that?
because just not. I didn't get involved. Like I got something different. I don't really do in-laws. I really don't do none of that. I fuck with you, not who you fuck with. Now, as far as the kids, yeah, if you got kids, yeah, I can hang with them. But if they got a daddy, I'm not gonna try to play daddy. I did this. Don't work. Don't end well. Now, if some woman find a nice man that's noble enough to raise her children and do that, that's fine. I pray for your happiness. But I'm saying for George,
Okay.
no, that
Let
ain't
me ask you
going.
this, George.
George, you
I
have a
know.
problem
I
with a
wish
lot
I
of shit that
could
you
have
said.
asked you this question before you found your person.
Right.
Let's just say your person had a 3-year-old daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You met her. You've been dating her for maybe 3 weeks, maybe a good month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And she mentions the daughter every blue moon because when you ready to pick her up at 7, she say, well, wait till 8 because I got to do this for the daughter. But you never met the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells you that the daughter's father lives maybe a city or two over.
Mm-hmm.
And so he is in the life, but he's not knocking on the door every weekend, but he is in the
Right.
life. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Uh, and you and her get serious and you decide to move her in and she has to bring her daughter.
Well, if she's got a 3-year-old, we're not gonna get serious because I'm not finna do that. That's too
See what I'm
young.
saying? So
I'm not finna
that's what
raise.
I'm going
Yeah.
with. So you
Right.
mean to tell me you would turn down someone you have chemistry with, someone that may
This
potentially be a
amazing person
soulmate
that's got all of these
because she has
qualities.
a child?
If she got a child that young, and I find that at this point for me in my life, I ain't got time to raise nobody else's kids.
Okay. Now, see, my
I'm just
thing
not
would
doing
have
it.
been this though. When I was out there looking, if they're single and they have kids, I would study our child. I studied them and that child before I even get get involved.
I ain't finna do
I'm
all
not
this.
gonna get in and I know it may be wrong, but I used to be, let's say at Sam's, Walmart, or whatever, and I'll see someone and we'll be talking and the chemistry's good. I know she got a good reputation, whoop, whoop, yada yada. But once I see those kids, that's a turnoff. That's a turnoff. Because I see how the kids are acting when she pushing them in that cart and they doing this. It's like she can't control them. And
Uh-huh.
that's a turnoff to me. And I'm like you. I'm not going to get involved with nobody that I have to
But
do this
if
and
you
that and
see
that.
that pretty lady and she dressed she got that Sunday outfit on. Her daughter dressed up looking like her. Her daughter's nice, cute, and respectful. You see
Right?
she got that child in control. You see that she got her life in control.
That's
That's
That's a
different.
fine.
whole different type of
That's different.
attraction.
That's
And that's
different.
all fine and good. It's just she can
But
have
George
everything.
say
She can
because
have
of his
everything.
bad experience, he did
No,
it once, it didn't work.
it's not just bad experience. It's other men that I know. Folks, guys I grew up with. It just I don't know if it's just the circle I travel in. It just
Dude,
don't never go
It
right.
must be.
It
dude,
just don't never go. I just
if I
personally
judge what I got going on now
uh,
based on what my friends and peers and everybody went through, I'll still be in the street.
but y'all got to understand something. I was married young. When y'all was out there, I was already married. I already had a mortgage. I already had 2 kids. I've been through all that. I'm not willing to go through it again. Now, like my current girlfriend has no kids. I want to have kids with her. Those will be mine. I raised them. But I'm not trying to come and finish some other dude say video game. I'm not finna do that. You already started playing, homie. You finish that out because my thing is gonna be why y'all not together? If you thought enough of this man to let him shoot the club up raw and get you pregnant, why are you not with him? What's going on?
Well,
And I
let
ain't
me
gonna
ask you,
care why.
what if the biological father died in an accident or something?
Then that's different. Then that's a
So
little
would
bit
you still
different.
involve yourself with the kid?
I still probably wouldn't just because I'm just not gonna because the relationship can go bad. You can say that's your forever person, but ain't no such thing forever person. I'm not finna get no
The
attachments. I'm
relationship
not.
can go bad right now
With
with
a
the person
single
that you with
woman, with
right
a
now.
That's
woman
You
you
true.
don't
know.
That's
never
true.
know.
But
That's just the chance you take.
I'm not finna complicate it by having being a step parent again. I'm never gonna do that again. I'm just not gonna do it. It's
Not
not.
all
It's
step parent situations are bad, George.
I've been saying the whole time. I've been saying it's just my experience. I've been saying it's all bad. I'm
I
saying
know
for
you
me.
gave your disclaimer before you started. Lord knows you did.
Yeah. So can't nobody say what he this and he that. Nah, I told you that's my shit. Now if you want to do that, that's fine. Go have it. Go be out. Hey man, take the whole neighborhood, adopt them all. But George ain't finna do it. No. Sorry.
George has been there, done that, and he ain't trying to get back in there.
I'm not. I'm not trying to go back where I've been. I'm not trying to do this. I'm not. I'm trying to be happy now. And happiness don't involve being a step parent for me. Been there, done that. Don't want to do it again.
What if you was a step parent? Just say,
Huh?
and you get just listen to me. What if you was a step parent
Mhm.
and it turned out good and you stayed involved in that kid's life and that kid became a somebody, and now you at a ball game or flying across the country because you was just a person that had a good influence in his life. That ain't worth something, man.
Not to me. I've been there, done
Oh, okay.
that. The kids I raised, they doing great. They doing great, tremendous in the military and college, doing all this stuff. I just don't have no contact with them because I had to cut that off. It's like, nah, it ain't worth it to me. It's too complicated, too messy. I don't need all that noise in my life.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, he had a bad experience. And what kind of home did you come from? Was it a single mother?
Oh hell
Did
no!
you
My
have,
parents, oh no, me and my three sisters, same parents. They was married, traditional two-parent household the whole time I was coming up. I didn't do that broken home shit.
Man,
okay.
I done had good and bad experiences. That ain't stopping shit that
Yeah,
I want.
I had good experience growing up. I was fine. I was
I
fine.
don't let one monkey stop no show for me. If that was the case, I'd have
It
Right.
ain't
stopped.
been. It was several monkeys for me. It was several monkeys, and they ain't they stop no show. I just changed the
Hey,
channel.
maybe your picker was just off then.
My who?
Your picker. You picking the wrong women.
Probably so. Probably so. This probably yeah. I take accountability for that. You know what I'm saying? But
But
it's
But there's
just
not a lot of this, and
you
because of
disavow all women and especially women with children because of what happened
Yeah, you
with
sound like a
somebody else
scarred
in their
woman.
let
children.
me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I passed 2 years before I got in this relationship. I dated. I met some wonderful women with kids, some wonderful mothers, some tremendous,
they just want
tremendous.
for
They
you.
just want
They
for
just weren't
you.
for me. That situation just
And
not
this
for
not,
me.
and it's because of him is why women say stuff
And
like
like
this.
my kids are not your responsibility.
Right.
I'm not looking for you to come in and take care of my kid. I take care of my kids. And if I wasn't taking care of my kids, I shouldn't be dating anybody because I should be trying to figure out how the hell I'm gonna take care of these kids.
Right. And that's one of the main issues that I have with that. Like that post you sent me with the lady, you know what I'm saying? She's talking about a man has to provide
Ooh,
X, Y, and
Jesus.
Z. You know, I'm gonna have to disagree with that because in that type of situation, I'm like, lady, humble yourself, right? Humble yourself. It's no, you're the father of your kids. That's his responsibility to take care of them kids. You know what I'm saying? Because quite too often, you will see Quay and Zaya get the pum pum for free, and they don't have to deal with none of that responsibility shit. But you got square ass David, square ass David. No, but you got square ass David. He gets a hard time. He has all these stipulations.
And Kurt and I could tell by the way that guy talked, that his sexual access is limited, and he been that brother on the tail end that women ask to pay their bills while what is it? Mike and
They done got
and
away.
and
They
Poo
done got
Poo
away like a smooth criminal. Don't.
hitting it for free. Yeah, he didn't went through it. He was talking from personal experience. We can hear
There
it
you
in his
go.
voice.
Right.
There you go.
And so naturally to him, no. But me, when I meet someone and I know we getting ready to kind of be together, be serious, I look at the kids, I calculate out a child. I calculate that child in the equation of in the event I have to provide.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a
that's already
calculation. It's
factored
already
in. And
put in
that's
there.
because I came from a step parenting household where everybody in the town thought I was the biological. So I see things different than the typical man out there that's dating a woman with a child. I see things different.
Yeah.
So that's why when I was searching for whoever I'm looking for, I studied that child that she was with, and that determined how deep I got with her. If I see that there's going to be an issue, the baby daddy or his folks involved, and I try to plan this, and they try to go against what I'm planning, I'm not going to be in there. So I studied, okay, how much. So that's why when I say I'm blessed, I know how to pick them. I'm not going to be with nobody because I know what I'm going to tolerate. And my tolerance level is very low. And if it's time to get down, I got no problem getting down if that's the route you want to go. But to avoid all of that, I know, how to pick them. So,
but your woman is also put you in charge though. And
right.
what I
And I'm
mean
not
by
going to
that,
date nobody or be with nobody when I can't be in charge.
what I mean by that is that if just say a situation arises where in June y'all going to Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
And the real father, he got a week with the child. You said, well, she might say, well, that's the week, Shantae got to be at her dad's house or whatever. And you said, well, no, we already planned this trip, so forth and so on. Then he can get her next week, the following week, or when we get back.
Right.
The woman is gonna make that call on that situation based on her marriage, not based on
Maybe
anything else.
depends on what that court order say. Depends on what that court order say. If that
I'm the
court
court
order
order.
say, if that
In
court
my
order say,
house, babe, I remember Big Mama used to have a little thing up above the door that saying, "Me in my house, we would serve the Lord," or something she used to have in the house. As for me in my house, we do what I say.
but if that court order say something else, your ass will be in court
I
on
ain't messing with
contempt.
that court order. That court
Well,
order
this
is what it is. That court order
okay.
don't dictate real life to me. And then once again, things that happen to other people don't necessarily happen to me. So
Right.
they can say court order, and I know how to go up in that court and say, "Hey, Your Honor, we already have this. Here go my tickets." And
And
him
they ain't gonna give a
missing a
damn. They're gonna
1
tell
week
you
and
they're
getting
gonna
a 2 weeks after that, that shouldn't have been a
and
problem.
you know what the judge gonna tell you? The judge gonna tell you, well, you should have bought it for a different weekend. That's this man weekend. Get out.
And,
No,
and
Goodbye.
judge,
that
I
ain't how
doubt
that
if the
goes.
judge gonna say
That
that.
This
that, that don't
surely how
happen
that
with me.
go. This
And
surely how that
people who
go.
know me, they know that ain't how that happens
The
So
with me.
judge
if
ain't
it,
gonna say
it's
that.
so by you saying that, do you see why I'm like, I just me personally, I want to avoid all that. I don't have to deal with none
Yeah,
of that.
but when your when your ex-wife husband decided to do that, you called him a coward, a sucker that didn't want to. It was him that didn't want to deal with it.
I ain't calling him no cowardice. He just wasn't up to snuff for her. And that was the thing. That was their business. But I'm talking about as far as a father, he was persona non grata. As far as a stepfather, that didn't exist. That relationship didn't exist.
Well,
And a part of that is because
How did you know so much about Okay, hold on. So somebody did some talking because you say the son didn't talk to him, and then you say you and the wife didn't talk about him. So how you know so much about the dude?
Because my son would tell me. My son would tell me about. My son would tell me if that man did something that he thought was out of line. I got a call.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
I keep tabs on anything regarding my children. I got two sons, 15 and 20. I keep tabs on my children. I watch what's going on. I have eyes where people don't think I have eyes. I'm gonna look out for my kids. So I know what's up. You ain't getting nothing past me. I don't play like that.
I hear
That
you.
goddamn George. Hey man, I'm gonna give you my address, bro. I need that 2-day app.
That
All
juice.
right.
Get that juice.
Yeah, I need that, man. I'm
Drink the
gonna come
Rio
on here
Coke.
clowning.
You
When
got
I
to drink
get
the Rio Coke.
I'm just when it comes to parenting, I'm very passionate about it. I've seen every end of it. I've been through custody battles. I'm a single father. I had fight for custody. I done been through divorce. The way I am is the way I am because of experience. I done played the stepfather sucker role for 4 years. Regret doing that.
oh, so
I'm
they're
not doing
stuck.
it no
Okay,
more.
go ahead.
There you go. There it is.
Yeah, I've been saying that. That ain't nothing new. Hell, I've been saying that was a sucker role for me. I wouldn't do it.
That's
Now
why
if
I want.
somebody else want to do it.
That's
And
why I
if
want your
somebody else
bit of
choose to do
joy.
it, and if
That's
somebody
that
else
bit
choose to
of
do it,
joy.
that don't. If that somebody else choose to do it, that don't make them a sucker.
But that's why
That's
we
not
hear
what I'm
that bit
saying.
of. That's why
Yeah,
we
but
hear
that,
that
well,
bit of
you
joy
notice
though.
he said a sucker role for him.
That's that bit of joy though.
I ain't bitter. I'm happy. Shit, I don't know what y'all talking about bitter.
Yeah.
He happy as
Man,
hell.
I'm
Men
happy.
between the ages of 19 and 29 should not be getting with a woman that has children,
Okay.
right? Because those are the years, like you are, that you're trying to build who you are as a human being, right?
Build my foundation.
And that was George's issue. But check it out. That was George. He married young and he became a stepfather at a too young of a fucking age.
No,
So
no, I didn't
that's
become
why
a
we
wait.
hearing this.
I didn't become a stepfather till I was like 40. After me and my wife got divorced, I was engaged for about 4.5 years after that. That's when I was a stepfather.
Oh well, hell, this don't apply to you then. But
Men between the ages of 19 and 29 should not be getting with a woman that has children,
Okay.
right? Because those are the years, like you are, that you're trying to build who you are as a human being, right?
Build my
You're
foundation.
trying to build your foundation.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be taking on someone else's foundation. Right? Before your own.
Yeah.
After the age of 29, you got to decide as a man, if you're looking for a woman in and around that age, she's probably going to have a child
But
or
the
two.
question is, do you think men really want that though?
Men generally do not want to take care of another man's child. Generally, they don't. I've done it myself. Like in my 10-year relationship that I was in, the woman that I was with she had a child from a previous. I raised her child as mine for 10 years while also having our own. Right? So I understand what men's psychology is from actually doing it and then being outside it and looking in it and be like, you know what? Nah, that's a little bit weird. So I'm saying when it comes to men getting with women with children, I'd say the onus now relies on you after the age of like 30 to say, you know what? How often is it I'm going to find a woman past the age of 30 that ain't got no children?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But you don't have to. Men can go for a younger version. They can go for a 25-year-old. Do you know what I'm saying? They
But
can.
not a lot of men can do that. Not a lot of men can do that.
Can do what?
Like,
go for younger women?
Go for younger women.
I think they can because women are attracted to older men.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah, younger women are attracted to older men.
100%.
But let me say this, D. If you got a good woman, man, and she mirrors that situation good, you won't even feel like a stepdad.
Shit, I would. I do. I did.
I bet you. I
Yeah,
bet
because
you. I
your
bet. I
woman
bet. I
didn't make
bet.
that experience smooth for you.
I
It
bet you.
was. It wasn't anything.
I
It
bet
wasn't
you.
that
D
she. It
don't feel
wasn't.
like.
It's not this.
D,
It's not.
do you feel like a stepdad, D?
I
No.
did at the time. It's not that she was a bad person or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's just the situation looking back at it now. I should have spent those years worrying about myself post divorce instead of where I was raising another dude kids, especially when he not involved and not contributing.
Well, it seems
That's the
like
time he
all of this
raises when
happened
he not
in such a
involved
short
and not
period of time.
contributing.
It seemed like this all happened in such a short period of time, man. You had a lot going on, George.
Yeah, I had a lot going on. I had a lot going on. Building my nonprofit, trying to get my grind on, relocating. I didn't have no business being nobody's stepdaddy. That's not. And I thought I was doing. I used to think, oh, that's noble, raising another man's kids, and it might be in some certain circumstances. But for me, I was simping. Looking back at it now, I was simping, not pimping. I don't know what I was doing.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, George.
What is this old George stuff? Just because I said I don't want to be a stepdad, it's just not for me. I know
No,
a lot
I'm
of
just
people
talking
that are
about.
successful step parents, but this just not what I want for myself.
It's all good, man. We
Yeah.
understand.
And it's true. You can't find my current girlfriend is younger than me. You know what I'm saying? Not
But see,
on.
men have that. That's why I don't get why you be saying that about the women so much, about how the men can go get a younger version. We have a clock. Women have a clock. We only
Right.
got a time frame. We got an expiration. We got a date where if we can't have no more babies. And y'all can run out our clock and then go and get somebody half our age to start all over again, or younger, even 10 years younger. Right, and start all over again. So you cannot say that a woman's appetite for sex is way so much more different, or it ain't on the same level of. It's not like you
Hey,
said.
Kurt,
you just got to
break
go
that
to
shit down, Kurt. Break it down.
AJ, you just got to go to the nursing home and look for a man. You go in the wrong place, AJ.
Because them young guys ain't gonna do nothing but jump up and down in you, and they gonna get off in maybe 3 minutes.
AJ, you got to find a nice retired man that's got something going on. He just wants some companionship.
And just let you feel his and let you feel his
We gonna call him
SSI.
Mister. We gonna call him Mister such
And you
He
get
just wants you to
you
rub
slide him a
on
little something once a month, and
rub
you
on
go
him a
and pay
little bit.
and take his little check.
Hey, cook him a nice hot meal, rub him on a little bit, teaching the ropes a little bit, and do life,
Yeah.
man. Quit traveling down this motherfucker by yourself, man. Fuck all that.
Gotta wait on the
I'm not
right
saying
ride
that I
though.
want to be by myself. I don't. That's not a preference to be by myself. It's just that
You gotta go play
necessity.
bingo or something. You're looking in the wrong places, man.
But she got
I'm not
standards.
looking.
But
I'm not looking
yeah, she's
though. I'm
not
not
looking.
looking.
She's not looking. And plus, even if she was looking, she got certain standards. Why you think it took me 2 years to get into a relationship that was worth a damn? Because I had standards, so I dated, and I
So you
found out
trying
more
to
about
tell me
myself.
you trying to tell me that right now, AJ call herself with standards now. That's why she's celibate.
She got standards now. I's got standards now.
AJ, you take a nigga with a limp and a short arm and all that shit. Quit playing.
Shit. AJ will fuck the crack of dawn if it had a stick on it.
Baby. You gotta come with a whole lot more than some wood, boo.
No, it ain't.
So what's
You said money down the line. They ain't gotta have no money.
It's
Now
money over
that what you
sex.
said the other week
It's
now.
money over sex. If you had asked me to choose between one or the other.
So what's the standard for you right now, AJ?
What's the standard for what?
For you.
The guy for a guy?
Yeah.
Oh
No, for a woman.
Oh no. I'm not gonna get into that. But what I will say
See,
is
that
this.
means she done played around on both sides. But go ahead, we listen.
No. I had before I decided to be celibate. I done played on both sides of the fence. I done played on the fence, under the fence, and behind the fence, in the backyard, wherever. Right? So, it comes a point of time in your life, though, where is that ain't all there is to me. And I've had my fun. I've done my thing. And now I guess I'm looking for more companion, right? And all the
That's what
other
I
stuff should
said.
fall into place. But I'm not worried about sex. But if you ask me to choose over sex or money, money come for sex.
Well, I ain't said nothing about it. I just said what was the standard for a
Yeah,
companion.
what's the
That's all.
standard?
I'm not gonna tell my standards. I believe a woman should keep her standards. Because
Right.
what you'll find is men playing a game. Oh, she like niggas that do this. I'm gonna be that nigga. And it's just your representative. I don't want you to know you don't let your left hand know what your right hand thinking. You see, I'm not gonna come tell you my standards. I'm gonna keep them close. Because I don't need you playing with me. I'm gonna let you come as you are, and then I'm gonna decide whether or not you meet that standard. And if you don't, bye. And if I don't for you, bye. Because I mean, I've been dating, I've been talking to guys, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a realist off the whopper chop. I'm telling them, I'm celibate. You could decide right then and there. I'm not gonna be somebody you finna jump, and you not finna fuck, you not finna this, you not finna that, you not finna. Ain't none of that finna happen no time soon. So if that ain't something you could deal with, that ain't something you can manage, then bye.
And how many callbacks did you get?
What it has done for me.
How many callbacks
I
did
wish
you
I
get when
had
you
been a
give
little
them
bit
that
more
speech?
wiser. I wish I had been more wiser when I was younger, let my freak flag fly. I would have been more wiser, right? With
Right.
that standard and kept that standard more close to
Right.
heart. Or better
You'd have
yet,
had a man by now.
No,
Yeah, but
I
that's
done had a
Had the right
man. You
person
acting
by
like
now.
I got 3 kids. I done had dick before.
with
But
Okay.
you'd have
that
had
standard. With that
what you said,
standard,
you
hold
would have
on.
had the right person by now.
Hold
No,
on, Kurt.
what I'm
With that
saying
standard
is,
that you saying, and you tell them that you celibate and they ain't getting them, how many callbacks, honestly, since we keeping it real,
man,
do
I'm
you
saying they
actually
drop
get?
off like flies, baby. They be like, I'm gonna holler at her. I ain't got time. And they drop off like flies, and
And
you
that's
got to be.
and the reason I ask that is I'm trying to show these women out here that just cause niggas in your goddamn DM, that don't mean they want to be with you. They just trying to fuck. That's all I'm saying.
That's all. That's
That's all
all.
they trying to do.
Yeah.
That's
So
all
you
they
acting a
trying to
fool
do.
with somebody that's care for you or trying to be there for you because you got guys in your DM. What's up, beautiful queen, and all this shit.
Good
All he
morning,
trying to do is
beautiful.
hit. He just said that over 12, 15 times to the same person within the last 3 hours to different people. That same person said that
I'm
to
not your baby, your honey, your
15.
sweetheart. Don't call me none one of them generic ass boo bay night. Don't do that. Now that I will tell you that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't call me no
Hey,
baby.
B, hey,
Hell no.
hey,
You better
hey,
come up with
hey, hey, B, they
snickerdoodle
be
or
fishing for
some
likes.
muffin tin cup or something. You better come up with something unique for me.
Girl, I got 30 likes. I got 30 likes today. Fishing for
And
likes.
and
Wow.
then 30 likes and 6 inboxes. And then and she
Nah.
gonna act her ass with that man who working them 16, 18 hours to try to keep the lights on or try to take her somewhere to do something nice for her. She gonna act a fool with him because she got Mike in the DM.
Hey,
See,
hey, hey, D, and then, hey,
back in
D.
the day, to run a man off, you tell him, oh, I mean, I
Pay
went in so
bills.
far to say I'm gay to run a man off. I went in so far to say, okay, well, you got to pay my price, and my price is pretty steep to run a man off, right? I've done things like that, but now I'm living more so truthfully, right? I'm truthfully saying that I'm not fucking. I'm not having sex. I haven't had sex in 5 years, and I don't plan on having sex with somebody until I know
You done
for
did
sure
some in
that it's
5
somebody
years.
I want to screw. It ain't that deep. It
So
is
so
not
what
that serious.
so you're saying that it's easy for a woman to do that now that you guys have roses and bullets and rabbits, right?
But see, I don't play with those things
So
because see, when
you
you
getting
do
off
that,
some way.
that's
You ain't just
But
temptation.
been
it's
sitting
not.
up here
That's
sold up
You
for
know
no
what though?
temptation.
goddamn 5
But that's
years. You ain't gonna
temptation.
make me believe
That's
that.
temp-
It's not.
you can't put gasoline on some wood and don't think it ain't after a while it ain't gonna be a fire. Even if you don't never strike a match, just over time, friction alone gonna start the fire, right? You ain't got to never strike a match. You see what I'm saying? So I don't play with those temptations. Cause I know me,
Wow.
I'd be like, let me go and
So
give me call Pookie
so for
them. Let me see
5
what Pookie,
years,
let me see what
5
baby, let
years,
me
you
see
don't
what
woke
Pookie
up.
doing. I'm not trying to see what Pookie doing. Pookie can't go on. I don't even
So
want Pookie.
for 5 years, you done went to sleep, woke up, lived your day, went home, no sex. Go to bed, no
Yeah.
sex.
Yes.
No
Hey,
vibrators,
No vibrator, no
No,
rope.
no, no, no
I
touch,
was
no
scared.
touch,
Look,
no
you know
touching
what? I'm
yourself.
gonna tell you what I told. I was in a car service, and I don't know how this conversation keep coming up on me about my sexuality and what I'm doing in my bedroom. But at any rate, I was telling somebody that about being celibate. He was like, he asked me that same question, right? And I told him same thing about temptation, right? And so he said, so you mean no nothing for 5 years? No,
I don't
nothing.
believe that.
Hey, I went 8. Shit.
No,
I
nothing.
went 8 years.
A
8 years.
man can do that.
That's why you think women can't.
Y'all can't. Somebody licked on it. You
Listen,
done played with yourself.
when you here's the difference. When you doing it, we may have a higher sex drive than you. When I have an active sex life, when I was having an active sex life, I could have sex 2-3 times a week, right? Okay. But when you not doing it, that desire falls by the wayside, right? And then if you don't
5 years.
tempt yourself, it gets easier and easier over time. And then the journey, I mean, but see, the reason why I don't have a vibrator is because they don't make the kind that I would like. Mine's got to
They
be of
do
a
make the
certain
ones that
length.
go in the butt
No,
and
no,
the vagina
you
at the
gotta
same time.
listen.
They make those.
You
They do make those.
got to. We listen and we don't judge. Okay, it's got to be a certain length. It's got to be a certain girth, and I want it to be warm. And they don't sell those.
It got what?
It got to be warm, baby.
Oh, they sell all of that now.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Shit.
Yes, they do. They
Babe,
sell
the
the warmer
ones that
kind.
not the
Yeah.
ones that they selling that are warm are causing people vaginal burns on the inside.
Ah, okay. Okay, I got you.
Well,
You see what I'm
how you
saying?
know this?
Because I
She
done
read
told
it.
you.
Google. We live in
I'm
in the world
telling
of
you.
information now.
In my beginning of my celibacy, I thought that's what I wanted. Maybe I need to
How did
replace
the
sex with a
roles work?
toy.
How everybody talk about
I've
the
never
roles?
owned a
How
rose.
did the
I've
roles
never
work for
owned a
you?
rose. I've never owned a rose and never wanted to own a rose.
What about the bullet? How did
And
that
I've
work?
had a bullet. Now the bullet are fun. The fun thing about the bullet is something you can walk around and carry with you all day long in your pants.
Yeah, you just go in the bathroom and
You ain't gotta be in the bathroom. You could be at your desk in your
y'all be
cube.
y'all be surprised how many women got a bullet in their purse. I
In
used to
they
work.
panties.
I used to work at the strip club and the freak store, and
They got the
they
mouse
would come
now.
in there
You
and buy
just
two,
put the
three
mouse
bullets.
inside of you. They got the mouse now. You just put the mouse inside of you, and you control it from your phone. You can sit right there
Yeah,
at your desk.
yeah, they sure do.
But
shit.
all those things do is really just tickle you, you know. That's
I
just a
ain't think that
tickle.
you
That
want
ain't
to feel it.
Yeah,
nah.
they got that stuff.
If I don't play, I'm gonna go hard. Go stay at home.
They got stuff now that got AI technology. AI technology will figure out what you like.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mhm.
I'm telling
They
y'all,
got
man.
there.
They
5
got see
goddamn years.
because if you see some of these shows that they have on TV now, they got a lot of new technology, and they start getting women to create vibrators and stuff like that instead of men.
Why
And
somebody
women know
come up
what
with my idea? Then
and
you
women
let
know what
people
women
give me
like.
my ideas right now.
Well, you get them custom made. You can go in and have somebody do a mold for you and make you whatever you want.
You know they just you got to have a willing participant to do that. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and they got to make a mold. You got to get somebody
Now,
to do that.
but we gonna talk back about the women saying the package deal thing.
What happened to the what happened to the studio
With
sound
who?
weird?
I got it in
Agent
front of there for a
disappeared,
second.
didn't she?
Okay, what about you, AJ? AJ.
She might have got a call or something right quick. She probably be right back
Okay.
on.
Okay, yeah, she froze up. I know there's something going on.
Yeah. Peep this
No,
out there,
George,
y'all.
we all like George. I done been on your side of the fence, man. I understand. I had a stepdaughter. My ex-wife had three girls, and I can remember a situation where her youngest girl, Markeisha, uh, and well, no, her oldest daughter, Antoinette, had a boyfriend, and they needed to stay with us for a little bit. Now, Antoinette was pretty much like 18, 19 years old. I don't know how old this boy was, but anyway, I went to work and I came home and I had stopped at the grocery store and bought groceries. This dude who was staying at home babysitting while Antoinette was at work. And so I uh, go out there to the truck, help me get the groceries. That nigga looked at me and said, "Hey man, it's hot out there, bruh,
Nah,
bruh." I
nah, I
flipped the
ain't doing
motherfucking
that.
script, and I told her, I said,
He cannot come back over here.
Mm-hmm.
not only that, I said, your daughter got to get the fuck out of here too.
Mm-hmm.
If they not gonna follow the rules I set up in here, and
Yeah,
she told them too. She said, "Hey, I don't know what the fuck y'all think going on, but Kirk paid the bills over here,
yeah,
and it's gonna go by like how the fuck he say." Cause
exactly.
cause I found it disrespectful for the fact he talking about it's hot out here, as if the fuck I didn't know that. I've been working all day.
Right. What you waiting on, winner?
But it just showed who she just had a baby for, a bum. See, this nigga a bum. You know what I'm saying? And talking about that I'm the daddy shit, and he's sitting at home babysitting and she working. That nigga a
Mm-hmm.
bum. That
Right,
nigga trifling.
right. And I
So
just choose not to deal. I just choose not to deal with none of that. I'm 47. I ain't no young dude saying this. I done walked many miles. I done bled a lot of blood, tears and sweat, and just it's just the way I am now. So I
but
applaud. If you're a stepfather,
them three
I
girls,
applaud you.
them three girls, they fuck with me now
Yeah, and
because
I'm sure.
they
Yeah,
know that dude there was about something. You know what I'm
right.
saying? That dude there was even though me and their mom ain't together no more. They still call me, "Hey Kirk, what you doing? Hey, I got $200 over here. You mind cooking us some barbecue?" Yeah, I
Yeah,
got you. You know what I'm saying? Because they know I wasn't in they life to create problems or issues or
right,
teach them bad shit or just have some type of dominance because of the situation. But if you're gonna be now that they mothers and shit and got families, they understand. If you're gonna be if you're gonna be part of this household, it's gonna be some rules you got to go by.
right,
And
right,
if I'm gonna be the motherfucking man up in here, I'm setting the rules. Period.
Right.
right.
And George, the first one I'm gonna lay the law on. Niggas like George. Hold up.
Y'all single mothers. Y'all dating mothers. Y'all mothers that's looking for relationship commitment and this and that. Y'all listen up. I'm gonna tell y'all this one time. I ain't gonna tell y'all no more. This is never a one-way street in these relationships. It's always a two-way street. You cannot expect a man to come into your life and you already got a kid or child, 4, 5 football team, 1, 2, whatever you may have, twins, babies, grown children, whatever you may have. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And expect that man to take on the responsibility of taking care of another man's child. That is a fucking choice. That is a choice. I repeat, that is a choice. Because they don't have to take care or be a father to another man's child. I'm going to repeat. They don't have to pick your boys up from school. They don't have to play football with somebody else's children. You hear me? When the man, and a lot of people say, oh, well, he take me. He got to take care and accept my kids. That's fine. He can accept your kids. He can accept you. He can date you. But he does not have to play father to those kids. Do you understand? It's a difference in playing father, accepting and respecting. He does not have to give you $500 a month for daycare for your boys, and they belong to another man. It's not his responsibility because he's dating you. So y'all got the world twisted. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of y'all can't keep nobody. You want somebody else. That is a choice. So if the man choose to do that, that's his choice. But if he choose not to do that, you can't get mad at me because you can't get mad at him because he won't play father to your daughter or play father to your sons or treat them like the way a father should treat. That is a fucking choice. He choose. A lot of people ain't making those choices these days though. So if you find a man that's gonna do those things, you should applaud him. Because a lot of people ain't signing up for a family that's already made. Everybody had a choice, and some people can't help that the choices that they made didn't play out the way they wanted. That's fine. But at the end of the day, when you out here dating, you're trying to acquire her husband, or you're trying to acquire somebody to be in your life, you gotta be patient with people. You can't come telling people, oh, you need to be a leader. Oh, you need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. You can be by yourself. Good night.
Get what she's saying about the patience thing. I get some of what she's saying about you can't. It's a choice, but I believe that a man makes that choice when he decides to date somebody with a child.
And so you understood really what I was saying when I said I had to study her and them children before I made a serious move. Because I know once I accept her, I gotta accept that child, especially
And
a
a
young
woman
child.
that'll have a man around her children and not requiring him to do nothing for her and her kids, and she got him there, she a sad, sad woman. In my book. Because how you gonna be here and I'm not gonna require you. I'm not saying, like, don't get me wrong. If we're in a committed relationship.
Yeah, I'm talking committed relationships and marriages.
Yeah. Right. You know, so yes, I'm gonna require it's a certain thing I'm gonna require you. Lil Johnny might need you to pick him up. Lil Johnny might need you to throw football with him because his daddy ain't, or his daddy can't, or his daddy won't, or whatever the case the hell it may be. Johnny want to play football, my shoulder hurting, so we just, it's your turn.
Yeah, because it may be a time when you have to be there for that child.
Guilt you into that. I don't need to have to coax you into that. I need you to want to do that because shit, nigga, I had Johnny for you. I had you.
Right. You have to want to do it.
And then y'all get provide mixed up. You know what I'm saying? Providing don't necessarily mean money. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you move them in your household, you're providing. You're like a place to stay.
If you buy clothes, you provide.
Make available for use. Supply. Make adequate preparation. You see what I'm saying? So if they need money to go on a field trip and the father's out of pocket, father don't have, and the mother is in between pay periods, what do you do? Do you provide?
But if you're in a committed relationship, yeah, you should. But most men, a lot of men nowadays, not even getting to that point. If you're in a committed relationship, yeah, that is a little different. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a lot of us men just choosing not to do that with women with
But then
kids
you don't choose to date a woman with kids.
Exactly. That's right.
You stand firm in
Exactly
what
right.
you said. I ain't gonna do it. This a
I ain't
deal
gonna
breaker.
do it. Yeah, exactly. That's a deal breaker. Cause I'm not finna eat off another dude's plate. I'm sorry.
It ain't his plate no more, George.
Nah, if he's still around, I'm telling you,
So by your own theory, you still around your son, but your wife plate ain't yours no more.
No, but what I mean, as far as the parenting part, it ain't got nothing to do with my ex-wife. It got to do with my.
You said you're not gonna eat off another man's plate.
Oh, I was talking about being a step parent. Oh, to me, that's eating off another man's plate because
And that's probably the
that's
reason
dude
why.
kids.
And that's probably a lot of the reasons why we don't have enough decent stepfathers in this world.
Yeah, we don't want to do it no more.
That's why we got so many broken young men out there, just out there wilding out and
Well, we
shooting,
got
killing.
broken young men because the mothers probably made the wrong choice when they got knocked up by dudes in the first place if they didn't stay with them.
Well, that's after the horse. Now the horse already the horse.
Well, we need to go shoot the horse then because we keep letting them get
Well,
away.
well, the thing about it, the kids ain't going nowhere. They still here, Joy.
Nah, they still going somewhere, but I'm just saying, just just if a man,
Situation,
if you're a
the
man and you
situation
choose,
that we face, the situation that we face is still the situation that we face with all of these fatherless young men out there. You know the system.
I know that. I know that.
You counsel young men. You understand it.
I
You see it.
understand.
He counsel young men. He understand it, but he's not going to take on a woman that has a young man that needs guidance because his father is incarcerated or unalive. That's just not his thing anymore
this is
because
not
he
my
been
thing.
there, he done that, he got burnt, and that's a wrap. And we have to respect that.
I got
Everybody's
burnt
not cut
out.
out.
I
Like that
respect.
lady said, everybody is not cut out. Like the last video said, everybody is not cut out to be in a ready-made family. And that's just facts.
Yeah.
And
We
and and and
understand
you
that
can't. And
the
just like
woman
the
don't
other
have.
video said, that's a choice.
And
It's
I
a
choose
choice.
not to. I choose not to. That's all. That's all there's to it. I choose
Yeah,
not to. That's it.
he chose not to. And I
And I
applaud him
would rather for
because
you to make that choice on the front end though than to get with me and little Johnny and
Right.
then now you want to make no,
right,
you need to know that
On the
on the
front end,
gate.
exactly. That
Yeah.
means being honest. That means as soon as you hear that woman got kids, if you know you ain't feeling it, you need to
Say
go on
like,
exit
baby,
stage
look, I
left.
don't mean no harm. You're a nice lady,
right.
but I can't mess with you.
Now
Yeah.
don't get it twisted. Hit it a couple
We can
times,
still have
at least
hit.
2 to 3
Yeah.
times. Hit it 2 or 3 times.
That's so
Then
sad.
let her know this ain't working.
I ain't finna do all that.
But
I
you
ain't
done
finna do
wasted
all
your
that.
time now, so you might as well get something for her.
Nah, I don't want that for her. Cause then mess
If
around.
she
Hey,
was attractive enough to catch your attention, and the only thing is you don't want to be with her because she got them kids, man, do your thing at least 2, 3 times, and then leave it alone.
nah, I'm
All
leaving
right,
on the front end. I ain't dipping and sticking nothing. I'm
all
out.
right, all right. I'm just, okay. Well, you done found your person now, so that advice wouldn't apply to you anyway. But anybody else who watching this and y'all fall in that category, and you done wasted good
Don't take that
time,
advice.
hit it a couple times, then leave it alone.
No.
Huh?
No, I will give my advice to young people: be more
Oh,
wise and be more selective and be
oh
more
yeah.
intentional. Live your life, but be more intentional and be more wiser with your choice.
Yep.
Make good
Well,
decisions.
that's what stepdaddy said.
Oh hell,
Y'all know what
we
y'all was doing
listening.
when y'all was laying down with that bum. Now you
We
want to get
listening.
all.
Hey,
You want to get all. Hey, you
AJ.
want to get all bougie when I come around now.
Hey, that's
Right.
AJ. We listen to the words of Aaron Rodgers.
Hey,
That's
D,
AJ, Aaron Rodgers.
When they was messing with that bum and had the kid, now they get bougie when they get with you.
Yeah.
Look, I wish I had met her back when she was having one night stand.
Hey,
And you should
but you know
have.
what?
But
She
it's
been
over
5 years
now.
now. She been 5 years now. 6 and 7 is a hell of 5 year.
Ah.
She gonna say the hell with that celibate shit in a minute.
Who knows? I may meet someone that I want to do that. And a lot of
Yeah,
people gotta look
yo,
at it.
you ain't
If
gonna
so
make it.
far
You ain't
so
gonna make it to the end of 2025 without knocking some juice out that juice box. I don't care
man,
what you say.
we
You gonna get on
halfway
here.
there.
You'll probably
We
get on here and
halfway
lie to us.
there. We halfway there. Do
You'll
you
get on
not know
here and
that?
lie to us.
We are
But
halfway there.
yeah,
There's only
you
6
gonna
more
get,
months left.
and you gonna
That's
fall
it.
out between now and then. Watch and see what I
That's
tell you.
it. That's all.
You
Baby,
going
I
on
don't
too
know
many
who
dates. You going on too many dates.
man, you must know something I don't know because I'm waiting to meet set. I don't know nobody's son. Yeah.
You've been meeting too many people. You've been going on too many dates. And then one of them
Ah,
times you're gonna be sitting up in there and that thing gonna have that heartbeat in it.
I prayed about that. I said, Lord, I opened myself up talking to new people. Now you
Yeah.
gonna have to order my steps.
and order this thing for me because it's a new territory. I'm a reformed hoe, and I know it. And so it's new territory, right?
What you say? You a reformed hoe?
And I know
You
Yeah,
used to be
and
out
that's
there
why.
like you used to be out there like that, AJ.
Yeah, she
I
was
ain't
out
never
there.
been no street walker. I'm more of an escort type.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and it ain't gonna take too long before them knees be by them ears. Watch and see what I tell y'all. She ain't gonna let us know. She ain't gonna let us
My
know.
love.
Yeah.
But
See,
maybe she
but see,
would.
gotta know. But see, gotta know, and see,
Yeah,
that's
maybe
why
maybe she
I ain't to
would come on
please.
here and say,
That's why
"Y'all,
I
I
ain't to
had a
please these
time."
days. You get over 40, all you need to be worried about pleasing is God. Thank you, Jesus.
So you
Nah,
was a Price is Right type hoe.
that's
Come
messed
on
up though.
down.
I don't like the ones that was out there freely nilly getting away, being friendly with the cat from
I ain't gonna be friendly.
16 from 16 to
We
See,
40.
don't do this shit for play. We don't do this shit for fun.
From
We don't do this
16
shit
to
for
40,
play.
16 to 35, then at 36, they want to be holy and wearing skirts and going to church every
We
Sunday.
don't do this shit for play. We don't do this shit for fun.
AD. And when that nigga came with that little piece of wood, boy, she be like, "Ooh, I'm glad I got that money, cause that was shit."
Man.
You so silly. You so silly.
I'm glad that
You
nigga
so
gave me that
silly.
200, cause that nigga ain't had shit.
Don't get me.
Hey.
It wasn't always about money. It's some people that I literally, enjoy quite thoroughly. I will say, and it wasn't about money. Okay.
AJ,
Oh
you seem
yeah.
like a
Now,
lot of
Money and
fun.
we know that
AJ,
it's
you
certain
seem
things
like a
to
lot of
choose.
fun though. You seem like you was a lot of fun
I'm
though, AJ.
cool people. You can't help it. I can't help it that I'm trying to get more closer to God. You gonna let me, ain't it?
You're doing it
But
for the wrong reason.
Hey, we got a
I
I'm
rubby
not
on the
doing it
way
for the
there.
wrong
You
reason.
supposed to be
Hey,
you supposed to be
AJ.
running up behind God when you was 16 all the way up to 40.
I
You
have.
wait,
Don't get
you
me
did
wrong.
what you
What it
wanted to
take?
do. You did
When
what
I
you
was a
wanted to
child, I
do
did
from
childish things.
from 14. You did what you wanted to do from 14 to 35. Now all of a sudden you want to shut it down.
When I was a
That ain't
child, I
right,
did
then that
childish
ain't that.
things. Old things are brand new. They had all them old things have passed away. Things are brand new again. Don't get me to quote Bible verses, because just as much as I curse, I can talk about the Bible.
That's right.
So she,
I'm a,
boy, I tell
I'm
you,
a,
a
I'm a,
19, what daddy had? A 1988 Jimmy. Chevrolet GMC Jimmy. That what she is.
Did you just call me a
1998.
used ass truck?
And she trying to put a new motor in it.
But she got low miles. She got low miles.
Baby, they call that an
How she got low
antique.
miles? How she got
Boo.
low mileage? That thing got down there 220 miles on it.
And when you get a new motor, your miles roll up. They roll back.
You done roll your motor
You roll.
back.
You can roll
Yeah.
them. You can roll that motor and the miles back, baby. Come on
So,
now,
so
come
No, you
5
through. I
years
can't.
know
that
a little
muscle,
bit about a car to know you
5
can
years that
roll
muscles
that
been tight
motor
back
back.
up in 5
It's
years,
illegal
huh?
though.
Yeah, but that don't mean it ain't happening. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm on, I'm getting ready to, I'm getting ready to dip out, y'all. But I'm just gonna say
Yeah, you
this:
showed out tonight, Joe. You
yeah,
showed out. I don't know
if
whether
you,
that little you let
I'm just,
Spotify get you a little. You get a little
Hey,
while since you've been on
hey, George,
Spotify.
yeah,
Broke his woman George broke his ex-wife marriage up, man. For
I ain't do
real,
that.
real.
But I'm gonna
You
say this.
George
I'm gonna
contributed.
ran
say,
that nigga off, man.
I'm gonna
He
say this.
contributed.
I'm gonna say this. Being a stepfather can be a beautiful, beautiful experience. It can be a really good thing, especially if you got the right person. You get. I hope that people that have kids and blend families can do well. I'm just saying the shit ain't for me. But to all those out there, I'm praying for y'all's success and y'all's happiness, and that everything goes okay. But just for George Brooks, that's just I've been there, done that. I'm good. So
And
George
I
ran
respect
that
it.
George ran that nigga off, man.
I respect that. Hey, y'all. RIP to Bruce Willis. You know what I'm saying? He apparently passed today. So,
yeah,
I
yeah,
like
Yes.
Bruce Willis, man.
Yeah, me too.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
he had cancer for a long time.
yeah.
it was dementia or something. They said I'm gonna have to see what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, they said
yeah,
they've been
Mhm.
sick for a while, so
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and like I say, it's more acceptable when they've been sick compared to an auto accident or a sudden, But but
But
all
wasn't
right,
that
George,
crazy
man, I
about?
appreciate you, man. You turned it up tonight, man. But like I said,
All
I'm gonna shoot you my address. I need it today.
right. Oh yeah, I'm
Today.
gonna say, yeah, I'm finna say this shit on Amazon and everything. I'm finna make some money.
Yeah, do that. And then, like I said, I'm gonna take it 30 minutes. I'm gonna start taking it 30 minutes before the podcast and watch how turned up I be.
That's what. Hey, it ain't nothing but
You don't need
coffee and passion.
nothing else.
Shoot,
No.
George, whatever George was on tonight, I need that. He came on and he stayed turned up.
Yeah,
But see,
I
this
got.
something he passionate about. You start talking about them children now.
Nah,
Man, he
I
was
don't play when it comes to
Lord.
my kids. I don't play when it comes to my kids. I just don't. I'm
But
sorry.
like I say, I would have had to sit your little ass down and put you in your place. But luckily we
Nah,
didn't go
well,
through that.
I mean, he could have
We didn't
tried
go
it, but
through it.
hell, he would have come up on the show. Didn't the stick on that one for real, for real. So I'm straight. My
All
son's
right.
straight. My son's straight. I'm proud of him. He's
Yeah,
doing
after
His
y'all
real
done
well.
ran him
ex-wife
out.
straight.
Huh?
After y'all done ran him out.
No, he's straight because he got a good father and a good mother. He has a very good mother. He has a very good father. We co-parent well. I'm proud of my son. I'm proud of the mother that she is. I'm proud of the father I am. That's all I care about.
Well,
And that's
Right.
real.
congratulations, George. You know how to run them all. Go ahead.
Well, hey, maybe I need to make me a side hustle, run a nigga off or
Well, you
something.
know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
though? If he
Dang.
was that easily ran off, then he can go.
Yeah, he can
Yeah,
go
he,
because
he wasn't cut
yeah.
out for it. And like
Nah,
like
man.
and like George say, a lot of men ain't cut out for that no more.
He ain't
He
built for
thought
it.
he
He
was.
wasn't built for it.
He thought he
Yeah.
was, but he wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
That's all
real.
to it. But
Yeah, George
thank
told us too.
y'all
I told you
again.
that
Yeah,
nigga
it's been
wasn't shit.
real, man. We
All
about to we
right,
about
man.
to set it down a minute. We got a few more minutes on here.
All right, well, I'll holler at y'all next week. Y'all be blessed.
All right,
All
All
right,
man.
you
right,
too.
holler at
Take
me
it
though. You
easy.
know what to do.
All right.
That goddamn George ran that nigga
Yeah,
off.
that damn Joy put it down tonight. But yeah, the I just feel like I agree with what AJ was saying. If you decide to get in that child's life, that mother's life, that woman's life,
Yeah.
and she has those kids, you may as well already program in your head that you finna be doing some type of parenting, whether you have kids or not. Because you know, like the lady was saying, she don't expect you to do that. No one really expects that, but it's gonna be a time where you're gonna have to step up. Anything can happen.
Well,
You
D,
know, so
the thing about it though, D, is like see when you use your mind instead of getting involved with a woman based on just the
Looks
initial
and ass.
the initial attraction and all of that, and
right.
you start evaluating the situation just as if you was evaluating the business part of anything that you finna
Hmm.
invest in. You look at it from a certain perspective, and you're looking at this situation, and you telling yourself, because I remember I met this gorgeous girl one time, man, and I was it was at the very initial beginning, and she's told me that that she got cancer, right? And I'm like, okay, wow, I hate to hear that. But I'm already knowing I'm not finna invest in this situation. Not that I don't have feelings, but I know I can't help her, and I didn't want to be. I didn't want to become a caretaker. If I got a wife or a woman, I want to be. I want a wife. I don't want to become an instant caretaker. You knowingly get involved with somebody got cancer. If she gets sick, you sick too. Cause if she's sick, that mean we sick. That mean whatever she going through, that mean I got to go through it with her. And I feel for her, but I'm not finna involve myself in that. So it all a lot of times it's in the choosing, just like anything else you do. And if you like D said, you evaluate that situation. You go to that store, you meet that woman, and she's attractive, and them kids are dressed properly and neat and mannerable. he know that that woman have gained a certain amount of respect toward them kids, and he know his leadership's gonna be easy. But if he get in that situation and them kids all over the place, she ain't got no control. The daddy that's supposed to be involved, he ain't involved and ain't no control. Then he finna catch hell, and he ain't gonna sign up for that situation. So that's understandable. So the first time I go to a woman house, she got kids. I'm looking around just to see how things are, how organized the house is.
Oh man, don't you know what you're doing? Don't do that.
She, I got to know.
Yeah.
I got to
Now
know.
woman with kids, y'all, her
Nuh-uh.
house ain't
That
gonna
ain't no
always be
excuse.
clean.
That ain't no excuse. But I'm gonna tell you, and I told him it was one that liked me a lot, and I went by there and I saw how filthy that damn house was. You got you got a teenager in there. You got a 10, 12-year-old in there. You got a 16-year-old in there. It ain't no
Right.
reason
They
why
old
that
enough to
house
clean
supposed to
up.
be messy. I'm sorry.
They
I'm
supposed to
talking
be
about
clean.
ditches left in there for 2, 3 weeks at a time. No,
Yeah,
man.
nobody putting down no rules.
That's
Ain't
not
nobody finna deal
acceptable.
with that shit. That means she
I don't like
trifling,
when
but
I
she
go
is
over
trifling
to
too.
a house and they got all that excuse the house.
Yeah,
I
she
don't care
allowed.
for that.
That means she
That's
allowed.
that's a turn on.
That means she allowed that shit.
Yeah, she nasty. And I don't want no part of that. So that's why I'd rather you just meet me at my crib. We do hotel because if I go over there and that house filthy and I
What
care
if you
for them,
find that out after the fact?
that's what I'm talking about. I gotta let you go though. I'm gonna try to give you some cleaning techniques, but you know I can't do
When
filth.
you see some dirt, clean it up.
I can't do filth.
I have no doubt that I could go into a situation and change some shit.
Yeah.
But the woman gonna have to be dynamic,
She
man. For
gotta
me,
meet you halfway too.
she got no,
Right.
but no,
And see, and Kurt, on
she's got to be,
my
a phenomenal
situation,
woman, man.
she didn't want to tell the kids to clean up. I was wrong for insinuating that the kids needed to clean up. You don't tell them what to do. You know. So yeah, I had a problem with that. So I was like, you know what? After that evening ended, I ain't never talked no more.
Yeah.
I had to go down there in Memphis and go out to the restaurant and take
Yeah.
AJ out, find the best barbecue place down there and go out down there in Memphis. They
Yeah.
got some good barbecue down
Yeah.
there, AJ.
We got good barbecue. Memphis.
I don't know.
It done fell
Mr.
off a
Cham,
little bit. Don't get me wrong, but you can find a spot.
have you
It's
seen
still
Mr.
someplace.
Cham? Have you seen
Need to
Mr.
find
Cham
somewhere where
Time?
you can be safe out there.
You
Have you
can be
seen the dude,
safe.
Mr. Chime Time, that be doing the videos?
Oh, the dude that be going around everywhere. I've seen his videos. I don't know him personally.
He said they food ain't shit down there. He said he went to all Memphis barbecue, man, and he would he'd eat it and show you why he eating it. Said it's been horrible, man. He
Yeah,
said
he's cool.
the people be telling him where to go.
Yeah,
But hey,
he's
D,
actually being booked to do that.
hey D, there's a place off Moreland Road in Atlanta called Red Rice. D, can you
Tall
hear
red
me?
rice.
Yeah. And the food was so good. She sells soul food. The food was so good that that when he got through trying the food in his car,
Let me
he went in and gave a $5,000 tip.
And it's that dude that be sitting in his car eating.
Yeah, named Mr. Chime Time. He said them turkey wings, man, was so good, man, they just melt in your mouth, man. He said I think he had some oxtails too. He said the greens was good, the mac and cheese was good.
Well, I'm gonna have to try that one out because I went to a place called the Vault
Yeah.
And that oxtail wasn't worth a damn. And that was my first time trying oxtail. So my first time was a terrible experience.
Yeah. And oxtail cost a lot too, man. They high.
Yeah, they charged me. But that was my first time eating it. And it was a lot of bones, like.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
man.
good.
But if your restaurant good,
It
man,
ain't just so good. I mean, it's all right.
What that?
what's that?
Oxtail?
Beef. Yeah, oxtail. My nephew came over, y'all. But yeah, it's beef.
Well,
They
I've
really
had some
out.
good oxtails.
Yeah.
What's that? Who that is?
That's one of my nieces.
Yeah. Yeah, but D, it's been live and popping tonight, man. I gotta get off. I gotta go get me something to eat, man.
You got a what?
I gotta get me something to eat, man. I haven't even eaten today. I forgot to eat today. My neighbor brought a one of them big dumpsters home today. He clearing out some stuff in his house, and I've been throwing some stuff away all day. He got one of
That's
them
what's up.
dumpsters you pay $300 for, and he gonna keep it for a few days. And so I've been clearing out stuff out of my garage and out of my shed and stuff like that. And cause man, it's easy to store up some shit in the house, man. It's easy to accumulate some stuff, man. You move, you been like, man, where all this shit come from, man?
Yeah,
Yep,
I'm
I
doing
know
a lot.
exactly what you're talking about.
The longer you stay, the more stuff you're gonna accumulate.
Yeah, your house becomes a storage for
Mm-hmm.
most shit,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so, man, you
You
been
finna
coming.
grab you something to eat.
Yeah, you been keeping up with the NBA.
But yeah, we finna shut it down.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, it's been real tonight. Shout out to AJ. Shout out
AJ,
to
you my
Kurt.
girl. I
Oh,
like you.
yeah.
AJ,
I
that's my
was showing
girl right
myself
there.
now.
Go ahead, AJ.
Dang.
I've been chilling.
Celibate. That's what celibacy look like, y'all.
Yeah.
So live glamorous, beautiful, gorgeous.
Go ahead,
Just
AJ.
yeah, don't let
That's
me
what
put them
celibate.
eyes. Don't let me get that look.
There she go.
That's
I
that
got to
celibate. That's celibacy, y'all.
That's gonna get you some likes right
Yeah.
there. That's gonna get you some
Hit you with
inboxes.
get your little
Mm-hmm.
inbox. I don't want your inbox. Ain't got no money. And I ain't got no honey.
That's that celibacy, y'all.
AJ says she's the
You
price is
go
right
keep
hoe.
on trying to say I sell a bit. I don't sell anything. Okay.
We celibate here and she
No,
celibate there.
she said she was a price is right hoe. A price is right hoe.
I'm righteous. I'm trying to live righteously. I'm reformed. God is good. God has been good to me. I got lupus and the thing about it is I'm still here. And I'm still
Absolutely.
moving and I'm still making it and God is good to me. I can't play with him no more. I can't
Yeah.
go in. I can't be
1 foot in, 1 foot out.
1 foot. Yeah.
Go ahead.
See. That wake up call would being that 41-year-old pregnant woman. See
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I can't do
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
That was that wake up call. You
I
doing
know,
too much.
I know that's right.
You need to sit your hot ass down.
So you
You see
just
what I'm
shut it
saying?
down and put the lock on the chastity belt on.
Man, clank, 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 clank. Make me
Boy,
start.
I tell
Don't
you.
make me start trying to be funny. My kids say I ain't funny.
Boy, I tell you.
But yeah.
But on that note, like we say, if you're gonna get involved with somebody that has kids, all that
Yeah.
stuff we talk from the Georges and all that, you're gonna have to eventually step up. And if it's somebody over 30, 35, 9.5 times out of 10, they're gonna have a child. Every now and then you may look up and find one, and those that don't have children then possibly had quite a few abortions. So
yeah, but George bitter, man. George has some issues, man.
George still running that lady house from a distance.
Yeah, George is bitter, man.
That lady ain't gonna the next nigga she gets, she better run him by George first.
Yeah, George said that nigga better not even say good morning to his son. Crazy as
I
hell.
think he just really, I think he really, really, really is passionate about them boys, boy.
It don't
You
matter
ain't gonna
though,
play
but
with him about that.
you can hear that nigga's energy, man. That nigga, he couldn't get past his ex-old lady up in there getting her back broke up in his house. That nigga up in there raising his kid, up in there breaking his ex-old lady back in his house. George said he paid for that house.
I know, right? Not
That
in his
nigga
house. Better get another one.
That nigga hurt. That nigga over there tearing her ass up, and George.
Right.
That's why George didn't want. You can have her. You ain't getting my son.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you can hear the bitterness in him. You can hear it. He couldn't even hide it. He kept
we've been
trying to
friends. We've
explain
been
it.
friends now.
He kept trying to explain it, and he couldn't. I don't give a damn what he say. You could hear.
Yeah. I've always asked him, will he go back? He make it seem like that's a no-go.
But see,
He got himself a no-go now because he in a relationship.
Yeah.
See, AJ, what
But
I'm
if he
talking
was
about,
still single,
I know if I
But
go
he
into
was
a
single.
situation, hey AJ, I know if I go into a situation, I already know I'm a good stepfather, cause I know what I bring to the table. See, not only that, I'm gonna help guide the woman as to what she should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Cause if she's slipping, I'm gonna
Because
let
like
her
you say,
know.
you go in her house, she may need some help with organizational skills.
There
She
you
may
go.
need
I'm
some
gonna
little
let her
things
know. Look, hey, this
that she know,
what she.
that she hadn't been necessarily taught. You'd be surprised how many people not taught how to wash, how many people not taught how to iron or
Yeah,
stuff
they
like
need
that,
all of that. They need a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
and y'all,
So
on closing, I got a partner that's Muslim, and he said if the woman eat pork, she can't cook pork in his house. So that's a deal breaker. And I was explaining to him if she cooking pork, because everybody grown at the end of the day.
yeah.
So if she want to cook pork, fix me steak in another skillet. I'm not gonna throw away a good relationship because
Because she
she want
like
to eat
pork.
pork.
Yeah.
That's just
And
ridiculous.
I said you just looking for a reason to be single, or not to be with someone, because that's crazy. Mama.
Yeah.
I never understood women. I never understood women who only date their race. Like
Yeah.
I get that you want the black man, but you excluding 50% of men.
But
You shortening
I
the
kind of
pool
see
for yourself.
it depends, because some of my best friends are Caucasian, and you never know. And their parents were more on the prejudice side.
Right.
So while that woman laying over that white man, he may be having them off some stuff he's seen in the roots.
One of my best friends is white, and she passed away from cancer. And she had kids by a black guy, but the problem was people accepting her family accepting her black kids, because they were half black. And so she had an issue with getting family to be there for her, because she basically had black children. And I just think, that's just the saddest thing for them to miss out on those kids' lives like that just because of race.
Well, my brother, his youngest daughter, China. She's a very beautiful girl. She started she started dating she started dating this white dude, and so they done came to my brother's house on several occasions, and my brother done met him. My brother helped them move in together, and so he's some type of stockbroker. He make over $200,000 a year. He done flew China. China done went to. They just got back from London. They done went to Germany. He does all kinds of stuff for China. He done met the whole family. China done met all of his family. They all crazy about her. And he just a solid dude. My brother talked to him, and he just crazy about China. And he told him, he says, as long as she's with me, she ain't got to worry about anything. Financially, he a big dude too. He played rugby too. A big old white boy. But she was dating another dude. She spent all this time with all her college years with this dude. He was supposed to get drafted and whatnot, but he didn't get drafted. But he wouldn't work. He was a mama's boy, and he wouldn't get no job. China was working. She finished college. She was teaching, and she's working 2 jobs. She's working a sports bar and teaching, taking care of him. She just got sick of that shit. Like when he didn't get drafted, he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna just sit at home now."
Probably fell into a depression.
And she got sick of that shit.
Yeah.
So she like, dude.
And see, that's another thing. When you're thinking about a committed relationship, mental health matters. You got to be able to be with your partner through those times of bad sadness and depression, and you really need to know how your partner handles those bouts, or how do they cope how are they coping when things are
don't
messed
go
up,
way.
going awry, going crazy, how are they, handling things. And it's kind of hard to see that if you always focus on the sex.
Well, the thing is though AJ, I don't care what for me as a man, I don't care what's going on in life. You still got to pay bills and be able to provide for yourself. Period. That's just got to be a given. That's just like to me. That's like the number one rule to life is self-preservation. Like if you ain't got survival skills, you might well shoot yourself.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody finna take care. Ain't nobody finna float you. You got to take care. Hey, you got to take care of your own ship, man. And so if he waiting on a woman to take care of him, then he got more than his mental illness going on. He got some lazy shit going on. See.
Yeah.
Because it's too many available jobs out there right now for you to be doing something. You mean to tell me you can't do nothing? You can't do nothing. So she chose right. It don't matter if he mentally ill or not. If he choose to not go out there and provide for himself, he got a whole lot more going on than being mentally ill.
Right. I know that's right.
That something is lazy. That's the problem. Do you know being?
Now that be it.
I'm gonna tell you something. AJ. Mental illness is one thing, but do you know laziness will kill every dream you ever have? Because you won't never be willing to work hard enough to get through anything.
Right.
It takes a lot to do the same thing every day over and over and over again, and you got to deal with all of the
You
things that
gotta
you
be willing
feel.
to motivate yourself.
You got to push all of
You
them
know.
feelings aside
Yeah.
and go do what the
Yeah.
hell you
Yeah.
got to do. Because don't nobody give a damn about how you feel. It ain't
Mm-hmm.
about how you feel. Can you
Mm-hmm.
do this job? Can you be here when
Right.
we ask you to be here?
Right. Right.
We gonna
Right.
pay
Right.
you. And if you can't do that, you might as well give up.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no free rides. And the government starting to tell people, hey, that free ride shit over with.
Yeah.
So
Got to pay
I ain't
what you
got no
weigh.
problem. I ain't got no problem with somebody choosing somebody that and she worked too, and she got a college degree and got her shit going on too. And if she meet a man that makes six figures, I don't blame her.
More power to him. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He just happened to be a white guy, and he's a good guy.
Right. 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 Yeah.
So
Race didn't matter.
it shouldn't.
Now, you got this thing where, are they, if you get somebody out such a race, are they going to be able to understand you culturally? Like, do they understand black folk shit? Or do they understand this black folk shit right here? Are they going to be able to understand? Or better yet, if they were of a different culture, would you be able to
I think I think my
understand
woman
them
wish
culture?
I think my woman wish she was black sometime.
Okay, I got
She
you.
can't. She
Yeah.
damn near can't stand the way white people is sometimes.
Yeah.
She
I got you.
recognized her people. She started studying about her people a long time ago. When
Mm.
she got a distaste for her own people when she studied Indian culture. When she studied American history and saw how they did the Indians, and then how they did black people.
Every
'Cause
time I think about it, I say, it's just like I ain't gonna lie, it just be like a voice in my head, be like, remember how they did to Indian. Remember
right,
those blankets. Remember the Tuskegee experiment, because that just ain't number 50 years old. That just stopped not too long ago.
yeah.
Remember Tuskegee,
That white man, that motherfucker, something else, boy. That's why Trump want all of the history books erased. He tired of
That's
he
why they
tired of
erased
people.
that.
Yeah, he tired of people telling people white people ain't shit. He tired of hearing that shit. You ain't gonna keep telling us we ain't shit. Well, that's just facts. Y'all the most destructive race of people that ever walked the earth.
Right,
That's just what
right.
y'all are. And y'all lived in caves. Y'all wasn't shit. All y'all culture, everything that y'all got came from Africa. Everything.
Borrow. Mm-hmm.
Y'all ass was
Stolen.
locked in caves, didn't know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And so the biggest thing they could have ever developed was the gun, and that gave them power. You know. But yeah, so my girl understand, and I'm not gonna sit over here and try to say that she's all pro black this and that. I just want her to just be Chelsea. That's all she got to be for me.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
try to get her to dress black, act black, none of that shit. We like different types of music. She likes soul, R&B. She like
Blunt.
blue. She like country, western.
I know. I don't. I just
She like
mentioned.
what she like.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So when we riding in the car, we listen to all kind of music. You know.
Yeah, and that was my thing. If I'm when I was single and thinking about and doing my thing, if I would have got with a white woman, she wasn't gonna be talking black. She wasn't gonna be acting black,
Yeah,
dressing
she
black.
just gonna
She
be
was gonna be
herself.
she would have been
Yeah,
from
be
Norway.
yourself.
She was
Yeah,
gonna
be
be a
yourself.
white woman that ain't no black brother can say he done played around here.
Yeah.
Look, first of all, you keep on saying now, I play and joke about the reformed hoe and all that, but do you not understand that women don't like to be playing around in like that?
I can't tell.
It's true. They don't.
Yeah, women drop it like it's hot at the drop of a goddamn dime. I don't know where you been.
But you know what? It's like that little line that you told, that little line that you tell them. Well, you know, we right here right now, and you know
Right
what you
here, right
want
now.
right now. You know
They ain't
that
got to
was
fall
game. That
for
was
it.
bullshit.
And
To
little do they know when
confuse
they
her.
fall
That
for it,
was
that's a
bullshit game to confuse her into fucking you on the first date.
right. And little did she know
And
that
so
after
you
she
gonna knock
did
her
that, I
cause
wasn't
she
gonna talk
fell
to her
for it.
no more.
You gonna
Cause
call
she
her. You
was
gonna
easily
call her ran
persuaded.
through cause she fell for it.
Oh yeah. Get it, and
Oh, you
I'm gonna
wrong for that.
dismiss her. And I'm gonna dismiss her. She got about 2 more
You
times for me to
look.
be with her,
You
and
wrong
I'm on
for
to the next.
that. You
On to
wrong
the
for
next.
that. You wrong for that.
On to the next.
You wrong for that.
No. You gotta keep it like it is. Okay. Just and look, then we gonna get off. Go back and watch School Days. Okay.
I got
When
to. I'm gonna
when
have
that
to.
guy told his Jane, which was played by Tisha Campbell, he told her to go and sleep with Spike Lee, which was Half Pint. He was just saying that to see if she would do it. So when she slept with Half Pint, because he told her to, he didn't like her no more. He got rid of her. So the thing was, if you care about me and your body and yourself, she would have turned him down. But she didn't. She went and slept with him anyway. And he left her alone. So that was showing us about our people, about our culture.
Let me go
So
back and watch
he
it because
said,
that
if you
kind of
want
I
me,
was
Jane, if you want
real
to be with
young.
me, I need you to sleep with Half Pint. For real? Yeah, I want you to. He wanted her to curse him out. Nigga, you crazy as hell. What I
So
look like sleeping
it
with
was
him
just
when I'm with you? You trying
That should
to
be the
make me
normal. That should be the normal response. But
right?
some people,
it was a test.
It was a test, and she failed that test.
Right. 'Cause first of all, shouldn't nobody be able to send you out and tell you what to go do with your body. It's just, I don't know.
Man,
It
we
just
was in college. That
go
was
like that.
all I'm gonna say is in college it was a whole different ball field. That's
I
all I'm
give
gonna
you
say.
one better than that. Have you seen indecent proposal?
Yeah, all of them seen
With
that.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that wasn't Michael Douglas. That was
Is that Michael?
Robert Redford. I think it was Robert Redford.
I haven't seen that.
He was super rich.
Okay.
Yeah, he wanted to sleep with old boy wife
He
for
wanted
$1 million
for
or
one
something.
night.
For one night.
And then he
look,
do it?
hell yeah, he did it. She did it. $10 million.
Okay, in that instance,
He
would
gave
you
her $1 million.
dismiss the broad and be like, oh no, you did that, even though you did that for us, and I'm okay with it, and we got the money, and you gonna split?
Well,
I
let me
couldn't
tell you
do
what
it.
happened. He gave her $1 million, right?
Right.
So they got to meet because they were getting ready to lose their property. They had some property that was very important to them. So he gave her $1 million, right? And he was all good with it until she came home, because part of it was they couldn't ask no questions about it. And he was all good until he asked questions. Well, how was it? And she was like, you don't want to know. And then when he told her, oh, he tore that pussy up. He made her feel something she ain't never felt before. His whole head was fucked up then. He was done. He couldn't deal with it. He couldn't deal with it.
No, you shouldn't ask. I don't think you should
He
ask.
shouldn't have done it here.
I
Damn
think you
that.
should ask.
Cause see, oh boy, you got to think about it. He that rich. He done had so many women. He got all this experience. He know what to do to her. He can give her a life that she ain't never seen before, and that's what he started showing her. So she left
Yeah.
and went with him, and they was together for a while, and
Kind of bust these
they had
moves
bought
you
a
got
crib.
to speak of.
He bought her a mansion and everything, and they was going on with their life. And then she had this. It was something about a turtle, and she was at a fundraiser for the sea turtles, and her and her ex-boyfriend, they had this sea turtle, right? And so he remembered that sea turtle. He remembered she was at that fundraiser, and he showed up, and he took that $1 million, and he said, "I bid $1 million for the sea turtle," and she was there, and she saw him, and so what the rich did what Robert Redford did. She saw the way he looked at her. I mean, she looked at her because they was first time. That was his first love, and she saw the way he looked at him. And so on the way home, they were getting ready to go back to the mansion. He told his limo driver, he said, he made it like he do this all the time. So he was just doing something. It was an experiment. It was a bet they made. And he let out the car. And she went and found old boy. He was sitting at the bridge, missing her. And she walked up on the other side of the bridge. It's like a divided bench, and he didn't see her. And then he heard her voice. She was on the other side of the bench, and they got back together. So it was a really good. You should watch. It's a really good love
It's
story.
Indecent Proposal. I'm gonna watch it. And see, I'm just enamored by what you're saying because I love when people tell me what the movie gonna be like. It make me want to watch it even more.
Yeah,
I love when people tell me, give me the spoiler alert.
You'll love it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
But
gonna
He
watch
still
it.
should have took her back though.
I'm gonna watch School Days too. He didn't take her back.
Nah, I say he shouldn't have took her back. He should have did just like the black man did with Jane. This had to be a white movie, right? The one you just told, that's white shit. That's white person shit.
First of all, if I go and take an L for this team, and I'm going to take the L for the team.
That's whole shit.
If the house is finna get taken and we ain't got the money, and he say take an L for the team, you mean to tell me if your wife take an L for the team, you will leave her?
Hell yeah, she can have that motherfucker. I'll go find me. I'll find me somebody else who'll give me that money. We'll get out there together and get that money. Me and whoever else. Damn that.
That is y'all getting out there together, getting that
what
money.
if you
Nah, that's all right.
Hey D, what if you're gonna lose your house that day?
Right.
I don't give a shit.
Then you
I ain't gonna
raise the
die.
state then.
I call mama. My mama got a 3-bedroom right now. Ain't nobody
What if
never.
you ain't got no mama and no relatives?
Right.
I'm a survivor. I'm gonna be all right.
So you just gonna be on y'all just gonna be on the street with no money.
At the shelter together.
Yeah, they got shelters now. Yeah, we'll be the happiest motherfucker in there.
But your mama might look at you like you let us fail. She might leave
Well, we
everything
failed
with
together.
you.
Well, if I let us
I
fail,
don't
then
get
you
a
should have
girl
got off
my
your
mama.
ass. Then you should have got off your ass and made some shake.
She did. Dude was gonna
Legally.
pay her to laugh.
Working,
Dude
not
just
giving up
offered
your
her $1
body.
million.
You go out there and get a job.
But he was gonna give it to her today.
I don't
Gotta
know.
earn. That's over time. Working is
What George
accumulation.
say? What George kept saying? Deal breakers. Somebody else penetrate that vagina. That's a deal breaker. He can have
But
it.
you saying that like your woman got to be this pure ass virgin. If her body count 20, that ain't a lot. That's not a lot.
20 is a lot to me.
It is not.
D said 20 and 20 years
20
and
is
40
not.
years. That's too many, goddamn it.
And you almost 50. That's
D
not a
said
lot.
her
And
body
see,
count got to be about
mine.
2 or 3.
Look, mine was in long-term relationship.
You can be a hoe in a long term.
Right,
Okay.
right. You
Okay.
right. No, I'm
I'm
saying
gonna let
a
you have it.
long-term
I'm gonna let you
relationship
have it.
meaning, and this
The
has
way
been
you
about.
talk about the young girls and how sex crazed and freaking they is now, right?
Now, right.
You don't think your wife or your woman, I'm not saying your wife, I'm just saying, you don't think she was once young and sex crazed and all that, like these young girls is now?
Because as soon as she came out of high school, she got with the bum and she got the baby by, and they've been together all them years. So it ain't, nah. She didn't get a chance to do like y'all. Just ran out there and was willy-nilly getting up the cat. She lived with her grandma. She couldn't go nowhere. It was a long road.
I
You know,
went that
so
long road. My mama died when I was 14.
but you
I
had
lived with
another
my
agenda.
grandmama.
You had another
I
agenda.
had
Her
my
thing
baby
was
coming. I had my baby, first baby, out of high school, graduated high school, right out of high school. 6 years later, till I had another child. You see, so
yeah, but
then I was
within
in
that
a
gap.
10-year relationship with that guy. And so after
Okay.
that, yeah, I kind of did my thing. I
See what I'm saying?
had
And
been
that
under
was the
my
key.
grandmama's
That was the key.
rule.
That was
I
the
had been
key.
under my grandmama's thumb, had been on his nigga
Right.
thumb. Ah, nah, baby, it's a no go. I'm doing what I want to do, who I want to do, where
Right.
I
See,
want to
that
do
was
it,
the
how I
key.
want to do
She
it.
didn't reach that 10-year, now I'm free and I can go and fuck the world. She didn't reach that stage. She met me before that.
She didn't get
So
a chance.
that was the difference. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, now
But
had
you
I
know what?
not been there,
I don't hold no
She didn't get a
regret.
chance to sow her oats.
yeah, she didn't get a chance to get out there and just lay it down and let every guy on the block run up in it. She didn't
That
get a
is
chance
not
to do
let
that.
every guy on the block.
And that wasn't her mindset. Her mindset was always, I'm finna find me somebody to grow with, moving. You know, she was that white fairy tale, I want to be in love and marry type thing. The guy she was with messed over her.
What makes
The
you
guy
think
she was
girls don't
with
want to
messed
be a
over her.
wife and a fairy tale? We growed up on the fairy tale. We've been trained and taught. I was looking at the toys they make for the kids
But
nowadays
somewhere
for my
after that 10,
grandchildren.
somewhere after that 10 year, and then you started just getting it up, you lost that fairy tale.
Cause these ain't no fairy tale ass niggas out here.
See, man, like that was the difference. See, she pursued me. She was in that relationship. I met her when that relationship was going down. The guy she was with, she was trying to marry him. He was dogging her out, messing around, doing whatever. And then I met her.
But she
And
left
then
his
when they
ass
got
because
completely
he
out
was
of
a
their
hoe.
relationship, we got
She
together
left
and
because
it
you
went
was a
from
hoe,
there.
nigga. She lucky as
So
hell
what?
because you was a hoe, nigga.
You said what?
She lucky as hell because D was a hoe at the time. That nigga was a
I
hoe.
was a good guy. I was a good guy.
My ass.
I was a good guy.
My
I
ass.
just talked to him. I was like her. I was celibate. They just wanted me. I wasn't giving in to
Man,
everybody.
see, I
That's
hang up
why
on
you
you.
think I
I
be
won't get
selling
on
a
this
little bit.
podcast
Wait a
no more.
minute, let
You
me
say
sit
that
up.
dumb shit.
That's why you think I be selling a little bit, huh? Cause you
Nah, I
would.
wasn't doing nothing. They just wanted me.
That's what you were doing.
You sound like George talking about celibate for 8 years. Man, shut your ass up.
Yeah, George went 8 years without no cat, man. What you
Or he
talking
was
about?
beating the shit out of his meat then. He done whipped the shit out of his hand. His hand got tired of looking. His hand started running from him.
But
What's that? I'm all reading.
we about to get out of here, fellas. It's 12:08 on my end, 11 on y'all.
Yeah, I gotta go.
We out, and we'll get at y'all next week, man. It's been a pleasure.
All right, AJ.
It is
All
what
right,
it
y'all.
is.
See y'all later. I'm
Holla.
enjoy my
Y'all know how we
Close
do.
them legs, girl. You gonna diddle them legs tonight. Hey, I see you.
I'm
No,
not doing nothing
give
with
about
these
2 more
legs,
weeks, 2-3
but
weeks.
rubbing them down, putting a little salt in the bath, and
It's
putting
gonna
on
be
my
a hot
compression
girl
socks.
summer.
It's
It's
all
gonna be a
good
hot
until you
girl
get that
summer. Watch do
coconut
that
butter
thing.
and that coconut oil. That's when the problems start.
See
That
that
coconut
baby
oil
oil,
start that fire.
that baby oil.
And that coconut oil start that fire down there, boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hot girl summer. I'm gonna see how she gonna make it.
Cause your hand got to
I'm
go
gonna be
down there.
proud. Y'all
Your
gonna be
hand
watch.
got your
Don't
hand
believe me, just watch.
your hand
Hey,
got to
when it
go
happened
down
though,
there. You
do come
can't.
on here and let us know. Say, you know what, y'all, I
Will
finally
do.
did, man. Temptation got me.
And I
Hey,
will tell you. I will tell you.
That's
hey,
real.
what I like that
Temptation got
say.
me, y'all.
Hey, I wasn't.
It was a
Hey,
good 5-year run.
hey, I wasn't. I was. Hey, what the sergeant told the boy when he's in there. He said, hey, boy, quit jacking off in the tub. He said, I ain't jacking off, sergeant. I'm just washing it good. That's all.
Boy, y'all, wow.
So, AJ,
But on
you
that
just
note,
watched the
we out,
show.
y'all.
Watch it
We're
real
gonna
good.
podcast.
Watch it.
Shout out to George.
It's gonna be all right. We not gonna keep dwelling on my celibacy. We're gonna let me be celibate. That's what we gonna let me be, is celibate.
I wouldn't be surprised if you stole a little bit for Mother's Day. But anyway, we out. It's been real. We gonna podcast 2K25. AJ, Kirk Alert. Shout out to George coming on tonight. We out. Next week, we out. Hey.
What you think, man?
I've been in the polyamory lifestyle. I can't even say lifestyle because it's not a lifestyle. It's a way of loving, not a way of living. I've been polyamorous for about 10 years now. Okay. And the mindset for me is mentally, I think I've been polyamorous longer than actually practicing it because I've always felt that this like monogamy just doesn't fit for me. Right. I don't understand why I have to only love one person or why I can only show affection for one person. Where is this written? Why do I have to go along with what the societal standard is supposedly is?
Right.
And then
the problem comes when you love somebody too much. When you let yourself love somebody too much,
and they don't love you the same.
It's not even matter whether they love you back or not. They can love you back, but it's still unhealthy to love somebody that much. Which I understand that ideology of that. Well, I can't have. I might as well. You know, I've been there. I know that. But at the same time, you have to realize, you know, what your culpability is in a relationship going, well, however it went. You know, you start thinking about, well, damn, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. So, you know, you can love somebody too much. And then, see, this complicates things for us men because we already have a hard time forming those emotional attachments. You already told, don't do that.
The missing link to that goes back to a time before we were even thought. Why doesn't my father like me? Is that a protection for me?
Right.
Or is that the way he was raised? Or maybe somebody hugged him one day, a man hugged him. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm just saying we got
No, but there are things that could have happened that absolutely that caused him to be the way he is.
Made him feel weird, needed.
Right.
So the things that we think are sometimes a rejection or a lack may have been a protection.
And most of the time they are, like absolutely. But if we don't understand that, all we know is the rejection.
You see, like what I understand with my father,
men were going to jail, killing each other, and then now we got bisexual, then we got gays, now we got transgender. So with all of that going on, the purpose of that was removing the black man, the black male from the household. Okay? So with him not being in the household, she's getting the welfare, or she's out there in the workforce, forced to take care of herself, and if she have children, to take care of the children alone. Whether he's in jail, whether he's dead, whether he's bisexual, whether he's gay, whatever. The black male was removed from the home, and black woman was forced to provide for the children, for herself.
You're missing one other thing that removes black male from the home. That's white women. Because after a while, it was run on black men, white women. Yeah, white women. You know, at one point, black men, they just had to have a white woman. No matter what their social economical status was, white women was the way to go. And so that pulled a lot of black men out of the house.
Damn, I sure missed that. I mean, I know Rick James, you know, I know, you know, I mean, you did it. I just didn't think of that as a major absence of the black man. So
being a provider means so many things.
Right.
It means put you in a house. You know, it means I got your back. It means we're doing this together. It means I'm not gonna walk away when things get hard. You know, that's providing, right? I'm gonna provide emotional protection so that you can, you know, I'll be present for you when you don't feel like you can be there for yourself or whatever, you know. This So there's so much more definition to the thing, right? And even on the flip side, looking at, men with kids, right? I remember I did not want a man who had kids. And I was about 25 when I met my ex-husband.